it's up to us to guide them. We're live? We're live. What's going on, D-Bags? Hope you guys are all doing well. We're back here again with another episode of the dtalks podcast, episode 179 to be exact. I cheated. I looked at the notes. But if you guys are new here and you enjoy music, podcasts, comedy, or hooping videos, do consider subscribing. We've got a whole lot of that going on around here. And my name is Darren Rita, so you can feel free to connect with me at any of the links down below. And when you do that, it helps us share conversations and laughs like we're going to have tonight with more people. Before I can introduce you guys to my guests this week, that's right, plural, I got to talk to you guys a little bit about car insurance these days. It seems like prices just keep going up. Feels like every day we're talking about how expensive things are or how expensive things are going to be. So why not help yourself out by shopping Kenosha Auto Insurance to help you save some money in that department. When you shop locally with Kenosha Auto Insurance, you'll see how simple and hassle-free insurance can really be while they help you and your family get the best rates. So what are you waiting for? Give them a call today at 262-448-4141. That's 448-4141. The website is kenoshains.com. One last time, that's 262-448-4141. It's on the screen, link down below. Tell them D-Rita, D-Talk sent you. The worst that could happen is you will get the best rates. Now, with all that good stuff out of the way, I've got an esteemed family here, family reunion of sorts, post-Thanksgiving family reunion. I've got to my right Dylan. He's been on the show a couple times. Dylan Fraley. We've got Cole Fraley over right across from me, and Vicki Fraley over there. So I have the entire Fraleys aside from your guys' dad.
Yeah.
He couldn't make it. He couldn't be with us today.
He wouldn't fit at the table.
No. He would have had to throw another chair there. That would have been kind of wild. So first off, how are you guys? How did this happen? Because you reached out and we were gonna do podcast, and now we've got the whole family.
Yeah.
So
anytime I get to spend time with these guys, that's all we need.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's a good time. And
yeah.
I think we have kind of an interesting dynamic. Yeah. Between the three of us.
Yeah, I figured. So speaking of that dynamic, the first time Dylan was on the show, he told me a story about your husband killing your guys' dog.
Yes.
I'm starting it off hot, so
yeah.
I'm sorry if there's any. Yeah, we talked about this before. I'm sorry if there's any animal lovers out there, but
yeah,
he took him out.
He did.
How do you? So we heard Dylan's side of the story. I'm sure Cole's probably mimics a lot of the same. How is that from as a mother to break that news?
Oh, my dog.
To the kid.
Well, my kids you guys were sleeping, I think, at the time, because we were at my parents' house.
Oh, okay.
So we weren't even in town.
Oh, okay.
And it was like 11 o'clock at night, and I get a phone call. He's blowing up my phone.
Oh, shit.
It's like, I just told him, I'm like, Dad, no, actually, I said, Petey got hit by a truck. He's the one who admitted that it was him.
Damn.
I wasn't going to tell him that at first.
You got to respect that from your dad, I guess, right?
I was young. I don't even remember.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I remember.
You got to respect that he's at least willing to tell the truth, you know?
Yeah.
You can't complain about
he
that.
can't hide a secret, though. Save his life.
Oh, no?
Oh, yeah.
He blow any other secrets growing up that were big?
Not that I can think
He
of.
didn't really know any.
Yeah, you guys just don't tell him anything.
Right.
So raising two boys then. You've got the two lads, and you cut hair, correct? So I was kind of joking with you before we went live. They both rocked mohawks.
They did.
And you were cool with it, because I know some hairstylist moms they like get pissed off. They're like, you are not rocking a mohawk.
Oh,
like
no,
I'm
that
giving
was
you the
my
freshest
idea.
cut.
We were guinea
Pretty
pigs.
sure.
Oh, okay.
Mohawks. She dyed my hair red once.
I dyed it like he looked like Eminem once.
She highlighted it up
I
all the way until
highlighted
like
it.
mid-high school.
Yeah.
Put
Hell
purple in
yeah.
my hair one time.
Pierced their ear.
Oh, okay.
Waxed their
You still got
eyebrows.
piercings in?
You did the holes there, and I could probably force it through.
Okay.
I've done it before. I did it with a
Yeah.
Christmas ornament a few years ago, just to see if I could.
Is there ever pressure with like people that you know that like do people come to you and they're like, oh, can you cut my hair? And are you ever like nervous, or were you maybe when you were starting out like?
Oh, when I was starting out, I was only 18.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I've been doing it like 35 years.
When you were then, if you can recall, like what was it like when maybe friends or family members are like, oh, can you give me a cut? Can I get a haircut?
Well, it was more awkward if I would cut one of my friends' hair and then I would never cut it again. I'm like, whoa.
You're
I
like,
must not have
shit.
did a good job.
That's fair.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
That's okay.
But for the most part, I'm sure they stick around.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah.
cool. What so growing up then, okay, your guys' mom cuts hair. What you ever have a favorite haircut that she gave you guys?
I begged her to let me grow my hair out, I think when I hit like 4th grade. And then one time she would use it as like leverage. Because everyone wanted the Bieber cut, and I wanted the Bieber cut before Bieber had a Bieber cut. It just became the Bieber cut. Because I didn't know who he was until I had the Bieber cut, and then everyone told me I had the Bieber cut. And I was like, who the fuck is Bieber?
Bieber wanted the Dylan cut. He didn't even know it.
She used to use it as like leverage. She tried to I was a picky eater, still kind of am, getting better. But growing up, I was a picky eater. She tried to say if I don't try like this lettuce, she would cut my hair.
What do you have against lettuce, man?
Fucking sucks.
Anything green.
Really?
No, I like
no
I
vegetables.
I love peas and I love green beans. But
Peas.
lettuce sucks.
Peas suck. Yeah,
You like
that's
peas?
Wow.
I like
How do you?
peas. It's
Lettuce
mostly
is
the salt. I just like the salt.
lettuce is
Hey,
just
dude.
green water. that
See,
you
but
can
that's the
bite.
thing. It's the texture that sucks. I don't like that crunch and if there's lettuce on a taco, I can tell. Like they take it off, there's this little shred. Instantly, I'm like, man, what the fuck?
It turns you off like that. That much.
I gotta pull it out. I'm like, I don't want this shit.
Yeah, he's
But just
lettuce,
anything.
I'm onion, he's tomato.
Really?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Can't
I
do
can't eat a tomato.
it's not that I hate lettuce that much. It's just I don't want it.
That's fair. I was gonna say, what are you
I'll
guys
know
putting
it.
on sandwiches? This is
I don't really have
this
sandwiches.
is like the
it.
steak.
No,
bowl.
he's
This dude has a
oh,
peanut butter jelly
peanut butter
sandwich. That's
jelly.
about
What
it.
did these guys eat growing up? What was
The
Pe-
amount
peanut
of
butter
pizzas-
jelly.
The amount of pizzas I've eaten in my life.
Jack's Pizza is a snack for him.
okay?
Grilled cheese, sloppy joes, tacos, meatloaf. That would actually surprise me that you like that.
Buttered noodles.
Buttered noodles
Yep.
I
and
like
hamburger
olives.
helper.
The one that people are super surprised by is black olives. I love black olives.
I
Yeah.
dislike them
Back
so
olives
much.
I
are
get-
very good.
I just get
Really?
a can and I will eat them as a
That's
snack.
Yeah, totally the
disgusting.
same
You're a
thing.
scary human being.
I eat everything.
You ate everything.
Yeah,
I'd
he's
eat
good.
anything, but second you got a tomato on my plate,
Can't handle that.
oh no.
Yeah, and I
What is
can't.
it? Is it because it won't make up its mind if it's like a fruit or a vegetable, or is there something
No,
else
it's
going on
just-
there? Or?
I don't know the taste, and then it's like slimy, and then
That's
Yeah,
fair.
we're a big texture family. I'd say that.
Yeah, like mushrooms, they freak me out. Sometimes they're dry, sometimes they're slimy. It's like, what make them?
Have either of you guys ever lied to your mom and told her you liked something she made?
No.
No, you guys
because
are honest
she,
about it.
Well, she just knows what we like, so she just makes the same things growing up every
Okay.
time.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like most of the time we didn't really eat dinner at a table. We did a handful of times, but when we did make food, she knew what we want. She let us know in advance.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, oh, I'm making meatloaf
That's
tonight.
clutch. That's a clutch mom. I remember
Yeah.
one time it was like, it was probably one of the worst nights of my life. The day that my parents mostly my mom decided to force us to try Brussels sprouts.
Oh, I love them.
I actually think I have some trauma based around the Brussels sprout
It's
because I
actually
can't
funny.
handle it. Like
My
it
first
was-
time having them, I had COVID.
Really? So
I
it was
couldn't
recently
taste them.
then.
I couldn't taste them.
Well, that'll help them taste better.
Well, no. And then I was like, I think these are good. And I was like, let me try them again. Trying them again. I was like, these things are phenomenal.
Really? Brussels sprouts.
Yeah.
Were they,
Well,
were
I
they the
actually-
one with, like fried and then butter?
You got to be the first person.
I
to
don't
be
know,
like,
but I
"These are
loved 'em."
Good.
Well, I think it was Brussels sprouts.
They're like
I
the
might
little
be
balls,
lying
right?
Here, but
Little green balls.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
saw
yeah.
something
I love
that
'em.
said that it's like they started to like cross breed like types of Brussels sprouts to basically make them taste better, and now they've got it more dialed in. And
Really?
That's why they've had a resurgence lately because they taste better now than they did back.
That's
originally.
wild because I just remember like my mom being like, I remember I was old enough to remember it. So like I had to be like 5th grade-ish, 5th, 6th grade, like old enough to like be going to dances and like having friends that I had actual conversations with, right? So like, and I remember like being almost in
That
tears.
was me. That was me with lettuce. That was her, dude.
You're crying eating the lettuce? Wow.
It was like one piece of lettuce on my plate.
What
It
was
was at my grandma's house. I was like, I don't fucking want this lettuce.
what's like a maybe a stupid fight looking back that you guys can growing up? What's something you guys would like bicker about all the time? Like for instance, for myself, I really wanted this is even into high school. My friends were always big on like gaming, but they always wanted to bring all their like consoles to the same house and like play that way. Like, we couldn't just like
Little land party. Action.
we couldn't play at each other's houses and play on the mic. It wasn't the same. We had to be able to hang out so we could all like go to Taco Bell in the middle of it or something. And no one used my PS4 at my house except for me, and my mom refused to like let me bring it over to my friend's house. So we would just get in a screaming match all the time, and it would somehow get to, why don't you have a job? And why haven't you picked out what college you're going to today? But it would start from just like, I just want to bring this PlayStation over to my friend's house, and it would just like snowball. Do you guys ever have like a stupid fight that like looking back you're like, why did you care? Like me and my mom now, I'm like, why did you care? She's like, I don't know.
My dad would always call me a punk,
And
and that always pissed me off.
you didn't like that word?
I don't know what it was. Something about him saying it. Anyone
Yeah.
else calling it, I don't give a fuck. But it's just what we did. We had a skate park in my driveway, basically. We built a half pipe in the back that was like 6 feet tall and like 18 feet wide or like long or whatever.
Oh, that's legit.
And we had like all these little quarter pipes, and we were making little fly boxes and ramps. So then naturally, like my 5 closest friends that all rode bikes with me, we would ride in the driveway. And to the point where like she even wrote up like waivers so that we wouldn't get sued.
Yeah.
'cause she didn't
Really?
And I
That's
was
But
like,
I encourage. I'm like, I would rather you be here.
yeah,
Yeah.
so we built the
Makes
skate
sense.
park,
Yeah.
and we would all ride there all the time. And then there's just so many random times where my dad would just be like, all these fucking people got to get the fuck out of here. And I'd be like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, we're all here. We're always all here. You know all of us.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, oh, quit being a fucking punk. And then I would just lose my shit on him.
Just that word that people you
It's
couldn't
just
handle
something just about him. All my friends were like, you're never mad. And then they just like, my dad knew how to trigger me just enough sometimes.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was never really, I don't think I've ever gotten into that kind of stuff with you guys.
Yeah,
It's
no.
always been Tony.
Yeah, he just always picked random shit.
Because I'm like so easygoing. I'm just like, whatever. Will you let them go? I let them bike in the house one time. I thought my mother was going to lose her shit.
How the
It
fuck
was
is that?
winter. It was winter.
It was
so-
winter, and then they were doing bike tricks, and they hanged onto the TV. They covered it. I'm like, what? And I'm filming them, laughing.
Jesus Christ.
And my mother is just like, you let them do it. I'm like, I let them do everything.
Well, yeah, I don't know. My dad
They're my
just
kids.
he's just he just randomly got annoyed by something, and he just would go off on us, and then I would just go off on him because I'd be like, don't take it out on my friends.
And specifically,
don't be a
like, the
dick.
word punk. Like,
Just
really.
they just always called me a punk, and I would always like say, you know,
You
like,
listened to a lot of
typical-
like punk rock though, right? Growing up, that was big. Blink
Yeah, I guess
182
so, yeah.
and all those guys.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
that's when they were popping.
Yeah, I
Did
think it
that
was just. I
play
don't know if
into
it
it?
was. No, I don't think it was the fact that it was the word punk. It was just
Just
the way
the
he
tone.
always said it.
Attitude.
I think,
Mm.
and it was just annoying that I was like, dude, like, why now? Like we've been here for like 3 hours riding. We
Yeah.
did the same thing yesterday. Like, and then he just randomly, like, something pisses him off. I don't know if she's in there pissing him off. And then he walks out and yells at me. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
And then with you, he knows how to trigger you.
Oh, yeah, he hated him way more.
So do
And
you get to
hated-
play
hates him.
good cop then? Is it like a good cop, bad cop thing when this is
Oh,
going
yeah.
on?
Mainly.
I just didn't care. I was just, they're not doing anything wrong.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Till it came with homework with him.
Oh, God.
That's where
Okay.
they
Well,
would
okay,
fight. That's where
I
they
have
fought.
a rocket scientist, and then
Literally,
I got my
yeah.
pipe lawyer. Well, of course they're going to
Both equally important
Yes.
in society.
Like growing up, of course, Dylan never had homework. He never brought anything home. He finished it before he came home.
Mm-hmm.
So when he didn't come home with homework,
You
I
thought
was
it was-
just like, the same.
Yeah.
And then I get a call, and it'd be like, he's 18 assignments behind. He can't play basketball. I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I just don't do it. I'm like, which then that's way more like me
Yeah.
than he is like me with that stuff. I hated school.
How do you handle being a mother to two kids going through school? How is that like? You're not very much a helicopter parent then, especially if Dylan was just coming home with nothing. You're just like, oh, must be whatever.
But
What-
She was
funny thing,
hybrid.
I was there all the time. I was like in the PTO. I was the president. I'd walk in and Cole's like walking down the hall. He's kindergarten. What are you doing, dude?
yeah.
He was hyperactive, and the teacher's like, "You need to go take a walk." I'm like, he kept walking. Always in the hallway.
Really?
Alone.
They let you do that though?
He was like 5.
Yeah.
Okay,
And like
that's when
I
Trigger
would
was
take
little.
I'd take medicine for it, and if I forget it, they'd be like, "Let's go get him some coffee."
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
So
I go
she-
drink
yeah.
coffee, and then I just start focusing. I don't
Yeah, I
know
would get
like
a
how
call
it
from-
works.
As he
Wow.
got older, I got calls from the principal.
Mm-hmm.
And he'd be like, "You mind if we have coffee with Cole?" He's like, he's kind of bouncing off the walls.
I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah, so
fun.
he
That's
loved his
hilarious.
coffee time with Ted.
Dude, what the
Oh,
fuck?
That's
You
why
had
Ted
coffee?
loves him. I still see their principal.
I pull
So you
out
were-
of class, and then I go to the principal's office.
In like
and we
grade
just-
school
Dude's
and
like
shit?
8 years
Yeah.
old, and he's like, "Can I get my coffee black, please?"
Holy shit.
Like
He
6th,
would've
7th,
avoided-
8th
Double shot of
grade.
espresso,
Yeah,
please.
even in 6th, 7th grade, yeah.
Second I got to
Wow.
high school, I just
So
chilled
so
out.
when you're like 18 times behind then, how do you step in then as the good cop? How do you
Oh,
How do you
there
discipline?
There was no good cop in that.
No.
Then-
no, not
then-
in that instance.
Okay.
well, see, it would
But I would help him do it.
go from like 18 to like 34.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just keep not doing it.
Yeah.
Wow.
As long
No,
as I'm
and-
passing,
Why
I'm
not,
all
man?
right.
Why not?
He knew
If
that
I'm
George
passing,
Bush
I'm
had his
alright.
back.
Yeah.
Well, no child left behind, actually.
That's the way I
Yeah.
looked at it.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I'm not going to college. Don't need straight A's.
Yeah.
But there was one time she was like, I'll buy you this car if you get straight A's, and I was like, fuck. I need to get straight A's.
Did you get straight A's?
No.
No.
Damn.
I was like,
thought
I
there was
need
a
to
happy
get straight
ending.
A's, and
You
then
were ready for that.
the second I was like getting it in, I was like, oh no, this isn't happening.
You got no fulfillment though from even just getting the better grades for a
High
minute.
school was weird,
No.
man. You know,
Well, no, because I got better
there is no
grades. And then I was like, you know what, Mom? I don't need that car.
Yeah.
I'm all right. I think I
fair.
passed.
I
with,
think
like,
I got my moped.
straight. I was like a solid C, D student.
Okay. C's are fine.
It was a solid 1.7. I think
Mhm.
that's 1.8 you graduated at.
I'm content with it.
That's how all my friends
Graduated.
Were,
That's all that matters, right?
That's how
Yeah.
all his friends
all my
were.
friends were the same way.
Like,
Like,
the grade
the ones
school
that
class.
did graduate, they would just be like, all right, you're gonna fail.
Yeah.
Just do this one thing.
It is
Get the fuck out of here.
So it is.
That's how it was for me.
I know people that have literally like they've gone from regular high school, like went to like the same high school that we went to, and just didn't turn in a single assignment. And then eventually they're like, all right, well, we are not going to give you a diploma here, so you got to go to whatever that like school on
that
Highway
special-
50. Yeah.
True.
So then they go there, and then they don't do anything there, and somehow still pass. Like I see them walking at graduation, and
That's
I
the
remember
thing, none of my friends graduated. Some of them
Really?
did. Some of them did.
never graduated high school.
A lot of them did not.
Holy shit.
And he was underestimated. You were underestimated by a lot of people when you were like.
There were people that were like afraid of me when I got to high school because they knew who my friends were. I was
Yeah.
like, so they just like to smoke weed.
They just say
Yeah,
they,
just
they
like the
just
same
said-
things as me. Yeah.
He was a BMX biker. He had long hair, and he hung out with like Alex Kerwin all the time. So they were like, well, he's a loser.
Mm.
And then one time I forgot who I walked up to with your ACTs or whatever, and he's like, "Who's this? Whose are these?" And I'm like, "Dylan's." Really? He's like, "You can go to any college you want to go to."
I don't know if I go that far.
That he said that though.
Low standards at Wilmot.
Yeah.
And
right.
now
Yeah,
literally,
right.
now literally rocket scientist. So that worked out.
Worked out.
That's kind of fucking crazy.
Yeah, I know. A couple of my friends got to the second semester of senior year.
Mm-hmm.
Two of them just stopped going.
Why? I
'Cause
just don't get it.
They just didn't care anymore. They just stopped going.
I guess.
Listen,
And
you
then-
like the social aspect, so you kept going. You didn't try to not go.
One
Oh
of
no,
my-
I loved high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's people you can hang out with some people.
Everybody was like,
It
I
was
can't
like
wait
all
for this to
except
be
the
done.
homework.
Everybody's like, I can't wait to be out of high
That's how
school.
I
I'm
felt.
like,
I was
dude,
like,
the second we get out of high school,
I liked it.
you could be like, fuck this. I want to go back.
Adulting is
I don't wanna be an
overrated,
adult.
man.
I was like, yep.
Yeah, only one of my friends, Alex, he was the only other one that graduated on time with me, but I think he even still had to go like one more class in the summer to get the
to
diploma.
actually get. The
So he
diploma.
got the degree, but he didn't walk. Or
So
like
it-
he did walk, but he didn't get the diploma. that
But
day.
it was empty.
So what's that like then? Because I have another friend that had a similar thing where he's like the only guy of like he has like 15, 16 friends. None of them went to college. Are you like the only guy and you're like your immediate friends then that went to college? Is that kind of how is that? Is that weird? Like having those conversations of like you're stressing out about like where you're gonna go, taking placement tests, and they're like, "What the fuck you talking about?" man?"
We just didn't even talk about it. I wasn't really ever like stressed about it, so I never talked about it.
Mm.
I mean, I wish I talked about it with people more, so I didn't have student loans like I do. But
Yeah.
guidance counselors was like, "Hey, you'll be fine. You'll pay it off." I was like,
God.
fuck off.
Dang.
But I don't know. We didn't talk about it. They were just like, if it came up, they were gonna be like, "Yeah, man, you're going to college. You're gonna kill it." And I'd be like, "Thanks." And then we're riding bikes, listening to metal music.
Oh
Like,
yeah, there's
we
not a
weren't-
lot of college talk.
We weren't
going
really
on,
talking. Yeah,
Yeah.
like they weren't gonna go to college. If anything, it was them talking about like, "Yeah, I got this job with my dad lined up." And we
Or
got
Yeah,
framing houses.
becoming daddies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my dad
that
themselves.
too. Yeah.
And I was just like, I don't know, I'm just gonna go to fucking college, I guess. I don't know. The weird part was going to college and then being like, I don't like a lot of college people. Like,
Yeah.
like a lot of them are like the frat boy type. I was like, this is weird.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
agree
used
with
to
that.
like this dynamic. I'm used to like, my friends are dumb, but they're genuine people. They're honest. If I need something done, they're gonna help me. I'll have their back. They have mine. I could ask anything, and they're gonna help.
Yeah.
And then like they're always gonna tell the truth. And then like you go to college, and it feels like a lot of people are just like doing whatever they can to.
They're
make
manipulative,
friends.
maybe. Yeah, they're a
It's
little
just
bit more
they just-
intelligent,
yeah,
so
they're
they think
trying
they
to,
can
like,
sneak
fit
things
in.
by.
And they're like they want to like be friends with this group, and they want to hang out in this frat, and they want to do this. So I found a couple friends my freshman year that I was like, oh, these guys seem genuine, and I pretty much stuck with them.
Yeah.
That
That
You're
works
it.
then. Because you played soccer in high school too, right? And so did you played too a little bit, right?
Football.
Or you played just football?
I would like go to football practice and then they would go have their own soccer thing and I'd go have fun with them.
Okay. So soccer mom and football mom. What did you prefer watching?
Definitely soccer.
Soccer.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
I knew that
I
one.
just got it.
Mm.
I mean,
You got the
you
football
went-
jersey on right now, right? Or is this a hockey jersey? I can't tell.
No,
actually.
it's my mom jersey.
It's just a mom jersey.
Yeah.
That's badass.
Says
Oh,
mom on
Dylan
the
and
back.
Cole.
Yeah, it says mom on the back.
Oh, that's pretty sick, actually. I'm not gonna lie. That's a flex right there. That's pretty dope.
You know what? I loved watching football games.
There's more people there.
Yeah, like when he was on the field, I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
And then they were so good. He went to the Super Bowl almost every year.
Yeah.
And then he crushed me and he quit before he got onto varsity. He's like, I don't want to do it anymore. I'm like,
You
what?
saw the concussion movie.
Yeah.
Mm.
Will
I
Smith.
didn't see no
Yeah.
movie.
They
So
gave
all
up.
of
I
a
blew
sudden,
up my
I'm
quad muscle.
How the hell you do that?
Yeah.
Well, it's actually funny. I told everybody someone dove into my leg. and I kept that a secret for like 4 years. And I was like, yeah, no one ever dove into my leg.
So what actually
Just pulled
happened?
it or something?
Like I hit something, and like I hit someone, my leg must have just blew up.
And I was like, rub some dirt on it. Get back out there.
Yeah. Well, how does that even happen? That's insane.
Like I didn't even get hit. It was a kickoff, so I'm running down the field and I hit someone. My leg I just went to take a step and fell. I was
Yeah,
like,
so I was like,
oh,
he's gone to college because they're 4 years apart. So all I got going is football now.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I don't wanna. I'm like,
well, the high
I'm a
school.
band mom. I'm like, oh my god. And then he quit band. So I was.
I didn't quit band. I didn't quit band.
You didn't want to just be a band
I did not
mom?
want to be a band mom. I would be always missing the. I'm like, you guys had
What's
a thing last night.
Is there a favorite as a mom? Is there like a favorite childhood or a favorite event, I guess, that you can go support your children at? Would it be soccer or what would it be?
It would be their sports. It was individual,
Mhm.
you know. I mean, I just like the soccer games better.
Yeah.
Just because I got it.
Yeah. What's the weirdest thing that you had to go to for either of them growing up? Either one of them do like tap dance for a
God.
year or a karate or something.
A little bit of karate.
He did a little bit.
Dylan
of
did
karate.
swimming lessons, didn't he?
He did swimming
You do
lessons.
swimming?
He now he won't go in a pool, save his life.
I haven't swam and.
You got
Yeah.
a phobia or something? Something going
I
on?
just fucking hate being wet. This is uncomfortable.
Okay.
It had to be band.
Band?
Band was
Yeah.
always weird.
No,
It's
you know
killing it.
why? Because it would be like you
What about
guys would have
chorus?
like your Christmas band in grade school, and I'd have to sit through jazz bands, classical bands,
Oh yeah.
all those, and like, I'm like, oh
Just to hear them
gosh.
do the one song or two songs. and
Yeah,
then
like
on
Dylan,
stage.
like when Dylan was in high school, he would like come out from behind the curtain to do his little ting 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 ting, and then he'd back up again, and I'm like,
What the
Yeah.
fuck am I here for?
I know. And then he's texting me, he's like, I'm out, I'm done.
Wow.
That was the only part I had.
Were you like percussion or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I liked it, but
Yeah. That's funny.
it's just
he was
sometimes they
percussion
just.
too.
Yeah,
Everybody
sometimes they
loved
just
me
get
in
tried
band.
out.
'Cause
Yeah.
I would make like a scene.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I believe
you
that.
guys were fun to watch in band.
Right.
You drummers.
Because I have like
That
me,
takes skill.
I had
to
me
be
and like
fun to watch in
3
band.
buddies, and they would give me like these 2 sticks called the claves, and
Oh, those things are dope.
I'd be walking around the entire stage like dancing
Just hitting
because
that
I was
shit.
like I need to have fun somehow,
Yeah.
and everybody would like come up to me
Yeah, we
after
would-
and be
when
like,
we
"You
had
were
the-
awesome, you were amazing." I'm like, "Thank
we
you."
had the whole like grade school thing, that big thing, and the first
The
time,
festival.
the big
Oh
festival.
yeah, I was conducting.
He's like in the middle, and he's just starting.
vibing.
Yeah,
I was just.
I forgot how you were like 5th grade, and people were like, "What's with that kid?" I'm like, "I don't know about that."
I don't,
kid."
It was
I don't know. if
5th
this
grade,
kid
and I was like,
matters.
"This shit's boring." It was
I'm
like
like,
March
"That's my
Madness
boy."
at the time, and I didn't have a phone. I was like, "I can't watch this."
So were you always in percussion then?
It's like
Pretty
3rd,
sure.
4th grade.
Yeah.
I want
That's
to say.
fun.
So like I like bounced around to a few instruments growing up and did band, and every time I sucked at pretty much everything, but I would always just pretend to play at the concerts. I was not
Percussion, you
playing.
can't
at all. I would
pretend.
just
Yep.
pretend and sit there and just like
I
hold
did
the
that.
instrument.
I acted like I could do the flute
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
no.
for like 3 years.
Yeah, I did it for like 2.5, 3 years. It was like I just sat there next to all the people that could do it and just didn't make a wrong note, just didn't
Yeah.
do anything.
Do you want a
And-
solo? No.
There's no pretending in percussion.
No, yeah. If you don't go and hit the big fucking drum when it's time to hit the big drum.
The worst part
everyone-
was like doing the cymbals on the national anthem.
Yeah, I love it. I still do that to this day when I hear it. Just
I remember when I
they're
first
coming.
did it, I was like, if I fuck this up, they will know.
You're a disgrace to your country if you fuck
Right.
that up.
And I was like, dude.
Well, yeah, the whole like every little like section just
Mhm.
leads up to a cymbal crash in the
Mhm.
And
national.
if you're like off beat, you
So-
miss it, dude, they're gonna be like, something seemed weird there, and you're like, fuck.
The one thing I didn't like was marching.
I didn't
gonna
mind
ask you guys,
marching.
so because you guys did you guys have to wear like the uniforms when you
Oh
guys?
yeah,
were
they
in
look
band?
like little tin
cummerbunds
soldiers.
and all
They
that
never
shit.
fit me.
No.
My legs, dude, I got some thick old legs.
Jeez, they're
Never,
not made
never
for,
would fit me.
for band uniforms.
I
You
think
don't
the
strike,
worst.
neither of you guys strike me, by the way, as like a band guy.
It's free credit.
I like music.
I love
I
music
love
too.
like
but
I like blues. I like jazz. Like I like classical.
I even love like big orchestras and
yeah,
stuff.
it's
But
just when I was in grade school and high school, I started with saxophone for like half a year, and then I always saw people playing drums. I was like, I want to do fucking percussion.
Yeah.
So then I swapped to that, which I honestly wish I played saxophone still because that shit's cool.
it's pretty swaggy.
But
It's a
yeah.
sexy instrument.
But yeah, I don't
Mhm.
know. I
Really
just
is.
wanted to play drums because of the main reason. And I think I remember in 4th grade I saw one kid playing on the drum kit, and I was like, that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
I'm listening to, like you said, Blink-182, Red Hot Chili Peppers, the Beatles, and I'm like, I like rock music, like
Yeah.
punk music, alt music.
Well, you started.
play drums.
You started doing guitar lessons. You're like 7.
Yeah.
And
so-
his teacher only did Beatles music.
Mm.
So Dylan's walking around trying to convince these other 7-year-olds that the Beatles are cool, and they're like, "Who?
Who the fuck? Are
Yeah,
the
now
Beatles?
I see people shitting on the Beatles all the time, and I'm like, come on, man.
Who's shitting on the Beatles?
Everyone, dude. Everyone on Twitter. They're always like, man, the Beatles aren't even that good. And I'm like, that's not the point.
They were back then,
They were just
They
the
were
first.
pretty fucking good.
right?"
Well, we had a stage too in our garage.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, we had a stage.
Built a
What?
stage.
We had like
So-
a 4-foot tall stage with the drum set, guitars.
Yeah, so that's
What?
the thing is I was playing guitar, and then I got into percussion, and then because of that, I became friends with the kids who played drums. So then we ended up winning a drum set at a raffle. I was in a band in 6th grade with 2 other kids playing like AC/DC covers, Sweet Child of Mine and stuff.
Okay.
So I like loved all of that, and so then it just kind of like I'd go back to band, and I would like the playing music part, but I also it was just fun to like fuck around at band class.
Yeah.
And the teacher loved me.
I was gonna
I was
say.
gonna say,
So-
yeah, you saw. So, what do you guys get her for Christmas or her birthday? Because she lets you guys have a fucking skate park in the driveway and a fucking your own concert hall in the fucking garage.
She asked for a Justin Fields jersey this year.
They
So.
did.
Justin Fields,
Yeah.
okay. He's looking good.
He is.
He's looking all right.
I hope they keep him. 'Cause
Yeah.
then I'm gonna be like, damn it.
Or
I
they're
usually
gonna-
go classic. I get Peyton.
Okay.
And I'm like, no one can shit on that. I live in Wisconsin, and I wear a Peyton, and no
Yeah,
one can do
no
it.
one can
no
say
one could
anything.
touch it.
Yeah.
But now I'm gonna have like a modern.
It is a risk.
Yeah, it is.
They're probably just gonna run him into the ground, ruin his career,
Yeah,
trade him,
They'll
or
trade
or
him.
trade him right when he gets good, right
Yeah.
before he gets good.
yeah. We get rid of everything.
Yeah. Yeah, Chicago sports are fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah,
it's
that's
sad. But they both
interesting.
suck dick this year, so you
Yeah,
know,
but
it's
they're
okay.
winning.
Bengals, baby.
Yeah, he likes Bengals.
They
And they're
they just
winning.
beat
I gotta ask about
The
that too.
Chiefs.
So split households. So you said, so your husband's a Packer fan,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and you're a Bears fan,
Mhm.
and then we've got a Packer fan here to my right, and somehow, some way a Bengals fan.
Mhm.
How did you decide? How did you guys decide growing up? Like, I'm gonna.
Well, he
'Cause-
never liked football.
I didn't like football.
He liked soccer. He liked football.
Yeah.
But when I did watch any football, it was watching Packers
Yeah.
games with my dad. So I always like wanted them to win because that's who everyone wanted to win, and I was like, I'm in Wisconsin, so
He
I want to get
indoctrinated
it.
you, yeah.
So then by the time I went to college, I went to a D1 school where there was a big football program. So I was
Getting
like, I'm
more
going to get
into
into
it.
football. I was like, I
Yeah.
want to go to these games and watch it. So I got really into college football, and then also being away from Wisconsin, I felt more connected to like oh, that's where I'm from. So like people out there, I'd be like, yeah, I like the Packers. Like that's who I watch. I was like, I don't watch football, but I root
Yeah.
for the Packers.
Yeah,
And I
people
got
at
more and more
Virginia
into
Tech,
it.
they were like, "What are you doing here? Are you from Wisconsin?" Someone tried to steal his license plate just for novelty. Like,
Really?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so I
cool.
just,
Cool.
just
Weird flex.
so I just
I've
got
done that before.
I was like I want to get more into the NFL. I still I watch it now, but like it's not my main thing. So.
There wasn't like a pressure though, or a conversation where your dad was like
No.
slid you like a Packers coaster on the table. He's like, "You're gonna pick this one, okay?"
No.
Nah.
He tried forcing me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So like behind closed doors, if I was just me and him, I'd be like, yeah,
Behind
Packers,
closed
baby.
doors.
But if it was me and her, I'd be like, Bears.
Yeah.
And then it was like
And
a
he's
while
like,
ago.
Bengals.
I think it was Ocho Cinco. I did a front flip over someone into an end zone. I was like, Bengals. Hell yeah.
That guy was wild. I just saw some like old clips resurface of that guy.
He was nuts.
He was fucking insane.
And I was like,
Off
I'm
the
a
field,
Bengals
too.
fan now, man.
Yeah, he's
And
wild.
then just stuck.
Damn. So
I don't really care. Like I don't have a
yeah, that's my thing, too.
attachment to him.
Yeah,
It's
I'm not
like-
super. When I was younger, my dad's a big Bears fan, so like I would watch all the games with him. Used to be super attached. Like I knew every single player, had all like the cards and everything. Was so big into it. And like once I got into high school and I started like working, I always worked on the weekends. So I just stopped watching football,
Yeah.
and now I don't really watch as much. So if they're good, I'll tune in. But if they're not, I'm not gonna. I have a lot of
Right.
friends that like get real sad. Joey and
Yeah.
you know. they-
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I try to watch every game that I can, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to skip something else to watch the game.
Yeah.
If I have shit to do, like I'll follow and be like, oh cool, they won, they lost, but
Let's
I'm not
go.
gonna be like hurt over it. But I don't know. I like it. It's fun. I like football in general, but it's like I said, it's not the main sport I watch.
What about the World Cup? What are we thinking?
I've been watching a lot of that. I want Messi to get one.
Watch maybe 5 minutes.
What about the wait? They haven't done. It hasn't started yet, right? We're still in like the qualifiers, or did it start?
We're in the round of 16 now.
Sorry, oh,
We're like halfway.
I
through
don't really
the
follow.
round
I
of
just was
16,
asking.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
as-
USA's already out.
I was gonna ask. Yeah,
Are they?
I figured.
So yeah, so basically I wanted USA and Argentina to win because I love Messi. I
Yeah.
always watch Barcelona, even though
Yeah.
he's not there anymore. And then I live in the USA, so those are like the two teams.
What do you think about? I heard. I haven't really done a whole big deep dive on this yet, but from what I've heard, there's some pretty messed up stuff with the like the country that's hosting it or something.
Oh yeah.
Like 500 people died.
Yeah, I saw
setting it up.
Dude, probably way more than that.
That's what they reported,
Well, basically,
right?
yeah, basically they had like migrant workers come to the country to build, and then they would steal their visas so that they couldn't leave. That was like the big thing.
So they're a prisoner.
Yeah, so
Nice.
they're
Awesome.
like
Nice.
forced slaves.
Yeah.
They came to work voluntarily, but then they won't let them leave, and they don't pay them for shit. There's horrible working conditions, and they would all be like dying and just buried in the fucking concrete while they're building these things. Yeah,
That's
and then
cool.
there's obviously they just are like,
And don't they get a bunch of money, obviously, and do it? I mean,
Well, that's the thing,
whoever
yeah,
hosts it is making like billions of dollars.
that's the other thing. Is the only reason they have it is because they bribed FIFA, which a lot of countries bribe FIFA in general. That FIFA's been known to be corrupt for so long. But,
Really? I didn't know
but
there was
yeah,
like a
so,
bribery thing going
yeah,
on.
Qatar bribed them to get it, and then even though the guy that they bribed is no longer there, a bunch of scandal happened with him. He got kicked out. He might even be in jail, to be honest. I have no idea. I don't remember.
Wow.
But the new guy, basically, people are like, well, this guy's just as fucking corrupt. Doesn't matter. The whole organization's fucked.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And then just Qatar is known for like they don't like gay people. So like, and they don't like
Just
beer,
add
like,
another layer.
anything.
Just
Yeah.
keep adding. Yeah,
They just
that's-
have all
wow.
their human rights violations on top of being already corrupt, and then it's just a
in the whole
fucking
world,
mess.
and we gave it to and we let them do it. Or does FIFA decide?
FIFA did it. So,
Interesting.
but I'm pretty sure the next one's supposed to be over here. It's supposed to be like Canada, U.S., Mexico combined. I think is what it is.
Oh, that's like badass.
Yeah,
Right.
so that'll be way better.
Yeah.
I'm
Wow.
sure you'll be at that one.
Yeah, sadly, Chicago is not a city that they're having games at for some reason.
Oh,
Kansas City, yeah, but not Chicago. I don't know.
can't wait. What?
I don't fucking
Kansas City's not that far though, so we'll be alright.
Yeah, I know. There's a bunch
but
of cities.
still,
that
that's a
have it.
weird
It's
city
just
to
weird that
over
Chicago
Chicago.
doesn't.
Yeah, there was a.
Maybe they
Chicago
think
was
it's
biggest.
dangerous.
I think Chicago turned it down a long time ago, and then now they're like regretting. Like fuck.
That's the stupidest thing I've
Yeah,
ever heard. How much
right.
money you're gonna make from that? Okay, so I guess pivoting then from World Cup back to the family, right? What's something that maybe a white lie or something that I'm trying to instigate here today, if you guys can't tell, right? What's something that maybe you were very scared growing up to tell your parents for the first time, or like something you had to hide, if it was people coming over, if it was sneaking girls into the house or leaving to go see girl, what was something that maybe, and then you came into conflict.
I know for mine in first grade, me and my friends were walking around. I think it was me and Alex. We were walking around the class. We're literally, how old are first graders? Like 8, 7 or something?
7.
I think so.
We're like 7 years old, and we would walk around, and we would just like ask kids, what are the first 2 letters of fun? And they would go F you, and then we'd be like, fuck yeah, and then we'd walk away. And we had our hoods up in the class, walking around asking these kids, and then the
"Got 'em."
teacher wrote a note to give to our parents that was like, hey, they have a detention, like they're in trouble because they're making other kids say F you.
That's hilarious.
And I just remember being on the bus, and we're just like looking at each other, and it was before they were smart and they made the parents sign that they saw it.
Yeah.
And we just looked at each other and we were like, fuck this. And we ripped,
Yeah,
ripped
why
that
would you?
shit up, threw it out, and I didn't tell her until I was like 20 because it never came up.
Yeah, yeah.
She never knew.
Wow. That's it. Yeah,
And
that's.
yeah, when I was 7, I was like, yeah, we're badass. Like we're getting in trouble, and no one.
And you finessed all those guys. I'm sure every time you were like, just got him.
Yeah,
It's like
dude,
getting
we,
it. Like
we're just, it was so funny the fact that we had our hoods up. Like you can't do that in school already, so we're already breaking the rule there, and we're walking around hands in pockets.
you guys are really
going
fucking
every-
pushing
yeah,
it, bro.
dude, we were-
You guys are really, really riding a fine line. What about you?
Yeah, what's yours?
You throw some parties while they were out of
It's
town, or?
worse.
I didn't hide anything.
No.
I got suspended in high school. Kept
What'd
it
you
from
get-
my
what did you-
dad for
what'd
like
you
a
get suspended
year.
for?
Yeah, I would keep secrets from
Yeah,
Tony more
that's
so
fair.
than you guys.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wouldn't tell your dad.
I just
Really?
don't tell
Don't
my
tell?
dad anything.
What did you get suspended for?
Burnt my friend with a Bunsen burner
Burnt my friend.
Yes, I remember that.
in science class.
Oh, okay.
There was like the Bunsen burner and then the
Yeah.
igniter that
Yeah.
sparked. So I held that over the Bunsen burner. Got hot as hell, and I just tapped my buddy with it, fucking around.
He snitched.
Yeah.
Well, no, the teacher like followed him out of the class and was like, "Who did this?" And he said my name. But the worst part is like when they told the principal walked in, and I was in shop class. I was standing on top of the table, just fucking off. I was standing on top of the table, just making a scene.
Dude's on like a table saw.
And the principal walks in, and he's like, "Fraley," and I was like, "Oh, terrible timing."
God damn. And now whoever the teacher is in that specific shop class is getting fucked. 'Cause
Well, he couldn't see me because the shop class was like you walk in, there's a room to the right, room to the left.
Yeah.
There's a set of doors. So where I was, the only way you'll see me is if you walk in where.
That's what people don't understand too about like those classes, like all the shop classes, or like even some of the engineering courses, like because it's kind of like this whole wing of the school, especially where we went in like the tech ed school or the tech ed section of the school. When you're in like the woods lab or the metals lab, it's like one teacher for both of them at the same time, and you'll be like doing a project that needs both, and you'll be like, I'm just gonna go use some welders, like I'm gonna go weld some shit in the other room by myself, like.
Wow.
Don't follow me, and they do. It's, okay, go, and it's not their fault. There's not enough teachers, but it's pretty hilarious what they get away with, and there's some scary kids over there, and you were one of them.
They're all my friends.
Fucking around, burning
He
people.
wasn't scary.
Yeah, I mean, back to White Lies, the one. I don't know if I told the story about when we all were going into freshman year and broke into the house. I might have told that the first time.
Yeah.
You broke into somebody's house?
It was like
people that lived
we
right
thought it was
behind us.
abandoned. Yeah, I thought I told this story, but I may not.
I don't think you did.
I don't know.
But all right, so basically, there's like a house that was behind us and like diagonal, like basically diagonally behind us, and there was a trampoline in that yard, and the house was like abandoned, or so we thought.
Yeah.
And we like one of my friends jumped back there to get like a basketball or something, and he's like, "Dude, there's a trampoline back here." I was like, "Oh, sick!" So we go over, we jump on the trampoline. You can jump onto the roof from the trampoline, so we're like fucking around.
Okay.
We leave, we bring my friends back, and we're like, yeah, let's go fuck around on the trampoline. There's like 6 of us. We're just jumping around, playing around. And then one of my dumbass friends just goes, I wonder if the house is open. We're all fucking off on a trampoline. He goes to a window. It's open. He just opens it, and he's like, sick. He crawls in. We all crawl in. I was in a drawing graffiti in my notebook stage.
Okay.
So I literally climb in the window, can of spray paint, white wall. So I just I tossed some tags up there. I was like, dude, this looks dope. And then they were like, let me see. They're like, let me see. I was like, all right, here you go. Dumbass that opened the window goes, and he fucking...
How did this snowball so bad?
Right?
It turned into like, we found a trampoline, like so innocent. And then it's like...
Well, so all of the abandoned houses in our neighborhood, barring like one, we've all been in at some point.
Okay.
It was just a little like urban exploration before it was cool.
Okay.
Before
Okay.
shitty photographers were doing it.
Yeah.
We were doing it. So, then it just, we all got in there, and he painted on the refrigerator. None of them else had like I could kind of make it look good. They just sucked. So, but he painted on the refrigerator, and then they started just being like, dude, there's a whole room of shit. Because the house, by the way, was like half burnt. But that's why it was abandoned, because it was, there was a fire there.
I remember, didn't they bring a dirt bike inside the house too?
No, there was a dirt bike inside the house.
Yeah, wasn't someone ripping it around in the house?
So
Yeah.
they're ripping this little mini dirt bike. It's a small house, by the way.
Very small.
Dude, there was the whole room just had a pile of all their shit. And they just started, like, my friends just started taking shit.
I just don't know how the fuck you guys were like, who was the guy who, I mean, I guess you said a lot of your friends didn't graduate high school.
Yeah, exactly.
It was probably Casey.
So it makes sense.
No.
So
Casey wasn't there.
So somebody was
I
like,
think I know who it was.
let's get inside this house. And then it was, sure, why not? Okay, still, I guess innocent, we could say. It's breaking and entering, but let's pretend that that's innocent. Then we get in there, and it's like, you know what?
At the time,
let's
we were
fuck
just like,
it up.
it's abandoned. It's half fucking burnt. We haven't seen people here in so long.
Didn't you spray
Who
paint
gives
your
a fuck?
nickname too?
Yeah. My nickname was Freak at the time because that's what my my basketball coach from like 4th grade called me.
Called you Freak?
Yeah, because he said he could tell when I was listening by my eyes, by how intently I would look at him. And he said I was freaky. So then for some reason he called me Freak. And no one called me
I didn't know
Freak,
that.
but I would always...
That's
Yeah.
a very
I would always
polite
just
name
write
to
it.
call a kid.
Yeah, so no one called me that, but when I wrote stuff, that's what I wrote, like graffiti and stuff. So that's what I put in there. But
Cole was bricks.
yeah,
Bricks.
for brick
Bricks.
shit house. Yeah.
He was built like a brick shit house.
Jesus.
Well, because like shit would happen to me, and they'd be like, "Oh my god, you alright?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, let's do it again." They're like, "The hell?
All right.
What?"
He was always so much bigger. Like he would have to do like weigh-ins before games,
Yeah.
and Cole would have to strip down to like this little tank top.
Were
and,
you
like,
one of the
these
kids sitting there with
boxers.
like the spit can, like spitting
And the other ones
all
are
day?
all like
Couldn't drink water.
Yeah, and then they
Couldn't eat.
so then they go, all right, go get a burger. After you just barely make it, and the
I
other
think
kids
that-
are in their full like gear, and they're like, yep, you're good.
You know, I think there are some flaws with like the way weight classes work.
I think
for
that's screwed.
young
It should
kids.
just be age.
Yeah, I mean, I think like maybe not strictly age, like maybe have some sort of like leeway. But I remember there would be like you'd get like a bigger kid who's in like 4th grade and he's having to play with like freshmen in high school or
Right?
8th graders.
You always played up.
No, that's how basketball was for us. We played this dude named Noble Days.
Yeah, I played against him.
He had to bring his.
I think what were we in 6th grade?
Didn't he have to bring his birth certificate?
A birth
Or he
certificate
always had
because
it
he
with
was.
him?
It was like 5th grade and he was like 6'3",
Oh yeah, yeah. He was like 6'10" when I played against him.
and I was like, "This is gonna be a terrible game."
Yeah.
You're like, what? I'm the big one on the team.
Right.
Yeah. I would always see kids like you were saying, like you had to strip down or whatever.
Mhm.
Like I always felt so bad. Like I'm like that sucks dick. Like they can't eat the.
Like,
day
I wasn't even
before.
fat.
I
I wasn't even fat. I was just tall.
Just a big guy. Yeah.
I
I
know.
think it was the
Thick
first,
bones.
the first year, and then they just automatically moved him up. Then he
Wow.
played with.
Which
age
sucks.
older.
I played with some kids that they cheated the system one year. They were all like a year or two older than me, and they all wanted to like cheat the weight system to go down and
Okay.
win. And so I didn't feel bad for them, but they were. I mean, it was kind of borderline child abuse the way that the parents were like, "You're not eating the night before, and you're not
Yeah.
eating the morning of, and you better be spitting every second until weigh-in, and you're gonna be fucking naked in front of your teammates on the stand so you can make weight."
Beat the shit out of some
we could-
60-pound kids.
Like, why are we doing this? It's fucking, and it's football too. It's I don't know. I love as much as I love football. I wish I would have maybe not played as much like younger, and then maybe I would have played like as I got older in high school because I was just like I don't want to keep getting hit in the head. Like I would have maybe like done it just in high school because 4 years is fine.
Yeah.
It's not great, but it's fine.
I think it was bad when you went from he had 1 year. He dropped so much weight and grew so tall.
I think I grew like 7 inches and stayed the
lost
same
weight.
weight.
I mean, no, you lost weight in like a 6-month span. So it was.
I peaked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden he's going out for football for the first time. They're having him run the ball.
Oh wow.
So.
I was a
then he
lineman
went-
for like
then
5
he-
years.
Then he then it kept back on. Caught up.
Mm.
To
Well, no,
him.
I-
And they wanted to put him on the line again. I think he just was like.
No, I blew up my leg and I just.
I know, but I think.
I'm telling you, I think you probably
very
blew out the
heavy.
leg if you were getting fucked up enough for people to call you Brick, and you just never got hurt. I think that was just maybe like karma eventually was like, we got to blow something up on this kid. He's
Yeah, but
never
then
been
the
hurt.
the high school coaches sucked.
That's what
I
I've
always
heard that.
hated that, dude.
I've
Well,
heard
because
that.
like she was sick, and I would like skip 1 day of practice each week to go visit her in the hospital.
Yeah.
And the coach was like, "Oh, he's probably out drinking, smoking, fucking around."
For
And he was like
real?
telling all my like friends this.
And
And then
teammates
they
and
would
whatnot.
come to me, and I was like, I remember I walked up to him. I was like, "You better not fucking talk shit about me or my family ever again."
Yeah, why can't he just? He can't have a conversation with you. You're not an adult yet, but you're a young man about to be an adult. He can't just fucking talk to you like,
Right.
hey,
I
what's
still
going
hate the
on?
guy. Still hate the guy.
Feel free.
I'm not gonna drop his name, but I hate the guy.
That's wild, man. I'm sorry to hear that's fucking whack.
Yeah,
I've-
playing soccer, I just was like, I love my coach. Like, he's dope. He's
Mhm.
hanging out with us. We're friends. Like,
Yeah.
all practices are fun. And then I just see like the football team just getting berated on the field.
Yeah.
At practice, just like throwing up. And I'm like,
If you weren't
Like, you don't
popular in
have to
high
be a
school, you weren't
dickhead.
playing.
yeah.
If you
Don't
weren't
have to be a
popular in
dickhead
high
coach.
school, you were not playing.
That happens across all sports, I'll say.
Yeah,
Not maybe not
stupid.
soccer as much, but yeah, that happened in
Stupid.
other sports that I played as well.
that was
So.
the thing about soccer is we didn't have enough good people to like even worry about it.
The area that we're from, where it's like there's not anybody going out for soccer, so it's like
Yeah.
The field fairies, as they called you.
Yeah,
guys.
I did get a little bit of that my freshman and like sophomore year.
you
then
know what's
then you worked it.
Yeah, I was like,
You had that whole bit for Mr. Wilmot where he's in his tutu. He's like, I'm a field fairy.
So, oh yeah, you want to explain that for people that don't know? Because so our viewers probably don't know. There's this thing that our high school did. For a couple years, they stopped doing it, but it was like a almost
Like a
like
pageant.
like a pageant,
Yeah.
but for the men of the
Yeah.
school, and it was kind of like in years prior, it was sort of almost like a popularity contest where it was like, okay, the most
Yeah.
popular kid who's the fucking school
And,
quarterback,
yeah,
he
on
does
the
it
football
with the
team.
hottest
Yeah.
chick, and then they win and whatever, and it's sort of like it was a pretty fun idea. It was kind of like an SNL night where everybody just does a couple of skits, they do like a little live thing, and it was a fun thing that brought the school together. But you did it your senior year. And that's what she was just talking about with the tutu. You were a field fairy.
His was the best.
Oh hell yeah.
You
Yeah, so
won
you-
too. and
yeah,
it was,
yeah.
you were
Yeah.
phenomenal. I loved it.
Yeah,
They
he
had, like,
came
different-
in on his BMX bike, was doing tricks through the auditorium.
It was
They
wild.
did like talent. You like sing a song. Like they had like different sections like music, talent, sports, fashion, or whatever.
Yeah.
So the tutu one was a fashion show that I put on. That was like different types of people in the school.
Oh,
And
okay.
I wore like I dressed as like I would normally dress and be like, this isn't like me. And then I wore yoga pants like this is the hot girl.
Mm,
And
yeah.
then I had like the trench coat. And this is the trench coat kid.
Yeah.
Which, you know,
which we
it's-
can't say what he actually
you know,
is. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
this is the trench coat kid, and then like just that kind of stuff. So that was where I wore a tutu, and I was like, I'm the field fairy.
Yeah.
Just kind of like own it.
I think that your song really.
Yeah, I thought it was cool too.
I don't remember what it was.
It
it was how to write a
How
song or something.
How to win
Mr.
Mr. Wilmot.
Mr. Wilmot.
Yeah.
I think that's the main reason I won is because I did things like actual things that I do. Like I actually played guitar. I actually sang. I actually rode my bike on stage and still had the video to accompany it.
Yeah.
I think that's the only reason that I won is because I did.
I think you could just tell, like, genuinely, like, these were things that you liked to do, and it was like, let's just put them into this pageant form, and it was fun. It was fun to watch.
Yeah, shout out Summer. I don't know if she's watching, but she did it with me, and we said freshman year, we're like, we're gonna do this our senior year.
Dude, I wanted
and we
those.
did, and we won.
When I saw you do it, it was like something I wanted to do, like, since then, and then they didn't do it the year I was there.
Yeah.
I was
so sad.
They didn't do your year, and then they did it mine.
Yeah, so then
I
they
didn't do
brought
it
back.
though.
Yeah, it's wild. You know what's funny? That you mentioned the shit with the bad coaching, and then kind of like the field fairy thing, getting a little bit of shit for that early on. I actually went because again, you were a senior or a junior maybe when I was a freshman.
I think junior. Yeah.
And I remember my friend John was on the team, and I would go. Me and my friends would go like just to watch the game because no one went to the games.
Exactly.
With all due respect, there was nobody fucking
No.
there. We were the only people there. Your mom was there, and no one else.
I don't blame you.
And
Especially at that time, we weren't even good yet.
and I remember, so we would just try to get as many people as we could to come with us. And I remember one time we were there, and we had brought like 10 people, and like you guys were like so like grateful that like people were at the game, like coming up to us. And I remember the athletic director at the time comes up to me, he's like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "It's a whatever the day was," because we were there for like the JV, like we were there early. We had nothing going on after school, and we had nothing going on after school, so we were just like there all day. And he was like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?" We're like, "I don't know. What should we be doing?" He's like, "Why aren't you in a fall sport?" We're like, "We're here supporting your fall sports. We just paid to get in. Like, I don't know what to tell you." And he was like, "Well, what are your guys' names?" We gave him our names, and he was like, "I don't know either of you. So you should be playing a fall sport." Because I told him, I was like, "I play basketball. I'm just practicing for basketball." He's like, "Well, what's your name?" I was like, "Tell him I'm Darren Rita." He's like, "Never heard of you, so maybe you should play another sport." And I was like, "Damn,
weird, man.
This is my freshman year." And I was like, my athletic director just told me this. I'm like, I'm just here. My friend plays on the team. I
didn't know they did that shit. That's wild.
It was a really awkward conversation from a grown 40-year-old man.
Yeah.
I played enough sports that I guess I dodged it, even though I was like, didn't care. But yeah, that's wild that they're like pushing that.
Yeah, my first couple years, I just wanted to play basketball, and I did that every day for all 3 seasons, but yeah, this guy said that to me, and I was like,
I guess.
Well, the varsity coach came up to me at a bar and was like, "You need to talk to your son. He needs to be on the football team." And I'm like, I can't make him be on the football team.
Yeah.
Well, he has to.
It's so weird.
Like, no, he doesn't.
I guess the point is like they're trying to be like, hey, instead of having them be fucking hoodlums and doing drugs and shit, get them to play a sport, but to be like a dick about it and go to parents and shit is weird. That's like a next level.
It's like a very weird thing to me.
Promoting sports and trying to get kids into
That's where I
shit
draw
like
the
that.
line. That's,
Well, they all thought I
didn't
was a
let him
bad
do
kid.
drugs.
Yeah.
They all thought I was a bad kid.
I just think it's weird as a coach, especially at like a high school, when it's like the stakes are not really very high.
Yeah.
It's,
We're in Wisconsin.
That's what I'm
Right?
saying. This is not like, there's all those like big high schools that like NBA players' kids go to. They're like these sports academies where they go to school for like an hour a day and they train the rest of the day. It's not that. This is a regular high school in the middle of nowhere, and these coaches are like harassing your parents at a restaurant. Like, "Hey, why'd your kid miss practice? Why was he 10 minutes late?" Like, I don't
He's like,
fucking
"Give
know.
me his phone number. Call me. We can work this out. Maybe we'll meet up for dinner." I'm like, no.
I just always thought it was so weird.
It's
about
so weird.
Like a 50-year-old man being like, "Wow, your 14-year-old son sure has a lot of weight on him."
He's a specimen.
Let's
I like
get him in here.
Oh God,
Look
yeah.
at that beefy little
They
man.
did though.
That's
they
how
did.
it was in grade school basketball too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, look at this tall fucking idiot."
They did come up to me when you were playing basketball. When you were young, you were like 6 or 7. Why doesn't he play football? I go, I don't want him to get hurt. And they're like, he's not going to get hurt. I'm like,
he's gonna be hurting
he's going to be
bricks.
doing the hurting.
Yeah.
They were right.
That's fair.
They were right.
No, I love football.
Well, I mean, he had to put up with so much with him growing up. He would do anything.
Were you the type of big brother who would beat the shit out of your little brother?
No.
Yes.
I came home.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me drop kick you. All right.
You
Let me do that
would you
live.
Like for
practice
fun.
WWE moves on him?
We would wrestle, but I would just we did drop kick him a lot.
I get drop kick. We play a game called the trip game.
Was a trip game.
I would try getting over him without tripping.
Dude, the one.
And then we play like a plane game. where I'd sprint at him,
Oh, yeah,
and he'd
that
just
was fun.
launch me.
Yeah, you know airplane
Oh,
where like
really?
you like stand on their feet and you hold their hands.
Yeah.
We turned it and you just see how far we'd launch him. Like he would run,
So he would
and
just-
then I would just kick him.
You would just
And we
throw
would
him
put
this
like
way.
fucking couch cushions and shit, but we.
God
And
I
it
get-
just, I always got so sad because it was fun and it was so funny because he would same shit. He'd get up and be like, "Fuck yeah!" Like, let's go. So I'd be
So
like,
you
"This
were
is
good.
sick."
You're the perfect crash dummy
And then
for it.
he got old enough. He was like, "No," and I was like, "Damn it."
Shit.
Dude, no, I remember you saying, I don't like when Cole takes his meds.
Yeah, well, yeah. So he mentioned
I
his
sucked.
meds.
Really?
Jesus Christ, man. It's like,
He's
bro, I don't like when you're
boring.
medicated, man.
Yeah,
I
so
like
he
him
would
freaking
I need you to be
out.
fucked up.
he would take his meds and he would just get super calm.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
would get like way more on edge though. So if you
Mm.
fuck with him, he would get mad. He wouldn't like have fun.
And you took advantage of that.
So like when we were like fucking 12, we
Yeah.
would just literally try to fuck with him, like poking the bull or whatever the fuck
Yeah.
it is. Just try to piss him off and then run away.
What'd you do to piss him off?
Just like
Poking
he's,
at him.
He's just sitting. Yeah, he'd literally just be like sitting there, just like hanging out, and like we'd just be like,
What up, bro?
we'd be like, "What's up, dude? Let's go play
going
some
on?"
basketball. Let's go fucking do this." And he'd be
Yeah.
like, "Fuck off! I don't want to." I'd be like, "Come on, let's go fucking play.
Yeah.
Let's go fucking play."
Now they do it to me. I'll be standing there in the living room, and all of a sudden, either one of them will just come up to me and knock me off into the couch. I just
Wow.
think it's hilarious.
Wow, you guys
Like out of nowhere. I'm like, what was that for?
But we would just we
just
would just
checking
fuck with
each
him.
other?
We
Yeah,
could
just
tell.
checks you in the living room.
But with him, we could just tell like he's getting pissed, and then he would just get fucking angry to the point to where he would like chase us down, and it would be like, all right, now we run away,
Now
and
it's
now we
just
just
fun.
try to like dodge
You ever
it.
catch him?
So the one fucking
I don't
time
remember.
You ever beat him?
I mentioned
Oh,
the bat to the head.
Oh,
The one fucking time we got him. We weren't even like trying this time though, but like he was just in a bad fucking mood, and we
Yeah.
were in the backyard like literally like playing basketball.
I
or
thought we were in the
whatever.
garage.
Yeah, we were like right by the garage.
Didn't, no, you
Yeah.
remember you had a shovel, I had a
So-
bat.
So we were fucking doing something, and he was pissed, and he just was like, "Fuck this," and he started to walk away. So then I took he had a bat in his hand, and he walked away, and I took the basketball and I just rolled it, and it barely hit him in the ankle,
yeah.
and that was enough to just fucking trip him, dude. And he just like he didn't trip, but like just his mind, he was like, "Fuck," and just turned around, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I start to run, and I'm in the fucking garage trying to
run
duck
with
behind
the
like
bat?
a weight bench.
Mhm.
No, he was at the front of the garage and I was in the back of the garage,
you
and he
got
was
him.
like trying to fucking screaming at me, and I was like, wow, it was a fucking accident. I didn't mean, I just with the ball we missed a shot. And fucking like, and he takes a fucking, it was like a 36 or 32 ounce metal bat, and he just fucking whips it at me, and it hits me right in the back of the fucking head.
Damn.
And I have just blood pouring down the side of my head, and I run up to the front, and it hurt, so I'm obviously fucking crying because I was like,
I think
10.
you were like 10, yeah.
Yeah, I was
Wow.
like, he was 6, or fucking 7 or something.
No, so
Jesus Christ.
so I hit him with the bat. He runs away, and I was like, "Oh fuck, I heard him." And then I just hear my dad come out. I
My
was
dad
like,
literally
"Oh,
just got
fuck."
home. He gets out of the truck, and
Oh,
I'm running,
God.
tears in my eyes. I can't even see, and I just have blood. And he goes, "What the fuck happened?" And fucking man. I run inside. I run inside. Go with my mom, and my dad's just losing his shit on him.
Like he's chasing me, trying to kick me, and I'm just like,
I don't know. I think he was more mad when you guys broke that.
That too.
That mirror
He broke
in
a
the
big
garage.
mirror, but no, he was pissed at him, and yeah, I had this massive gash behind my ear, and
God
it
damn.
just.
A 6-year-old with some power.
It was just one of those times.
Dylan does not. He could not pull off a bald head.
No.
No, he's got some marks up there.
no.
So yeah, so we didn't want to get stitches, so I got special permission to wear a bandana to school, and I had a butterfly bandage to hold it. But that was one where I was like, fuck it. Like
You're like,
literally, it
oh,
was me and my
shit.
friend. I just rolled the ball.
And you're like, all right, you know what? Let's
'Cause it was
not
just like,
poke the
fuck
bear.
with
for
See,
a
I
couple
don't remember
weeks.
what led up to it. I just remember like throwing the bat, and then my dad chasing
Great
me.
aim.
Yeah.
Great aim.
Well, because that
Impressive.
fucker was just
He
spinning.
fucking whipped it. So it had the spin, and it just came. I think it was the.
God
It like
damn.
came in front of him, and then went around, and then the back
I think it was
hit
like
him
the
in the
end
head.
of the handle hit me, or it was one of those.
Yeah.
Which I think it was this side.
Damn,
but-
bro.
I remember you had a shovel in your hand though, so
Well, yeah, I
trying
was
to
gonna
fucking
say.
block my shit, dude.
You
He was
could-
throwing,
yeah,
he
it's
threw
like
like a ball at me or something, and all this shit. And I was like, it was a fucking.
It's like a really weird lightsaber fight with
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
it was a standoff.
shovels
We were
and
literally
baseball
having a
bats.
standoff
Yeah,
in
we
the
were like
garage.
20 feet apart, and I was trying to like hide behind shit.
God
It
damn.
makes it sound like we were way like meaner to each other. Than
They
we were.
weren't. They just
Yeah.
him and his friends just tried to get him to do anything.
They just tried to get under
I
my
came home
skin.
from work one day and there's a
Do dumb shit.
it's like fishing line.
That was a rope.
I don't
It
know
wasn't.
what-
We were trying to get him to do that. We tied
Yeah,
a
you
rope from
they
the
were
garage
trying to
to a
make
tree.
a rip
And we were like, we're trying to make a zip line. We wanted to fucking try it.
and have him go down
It
it.
was like
And have
it was
him
like
do
12
that.
feet in the air, 15 feet in the air.
Damn.
horrible idea, but we're
Yeah.
like,
What do we even use to like? Wasn't it like
we
a
had
stick?
weight bar. It was a fucking like an
Oh,
easy
yeah.
curl bar, and we were just gonna fucking.
I'm like,
Just
you know, what? I let him do a lot of stuff. I'm like, then no.
Yeah.
No, and
Get off
then
the roof of the,
We
of
gave
the
him an
garage.
Did we give you an umbrella? And we were like, if you fall, just fucking.
no.
So that
I
was
don't
a
think
different
so.
time.
I remember we rode the bike off the house.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
We
got
put a piece
You
of
rode a
pla-
bike off the roof of your house.
roof
Yeah,
of the
we
house.
got my friend.
How did that
Alex
end?
Alex did that one. We got to give him props there.
Yeah.
Well,
we
they
have-
took the railing off of the front porch, so that gave them clearance into the yard.
Yeah,
It was
so
like
our
it was
roof-
like front porch, bush,
Our
and
roof
we're
is
like we
8
put the
feet
Yeah,
above
it's-
a porch, and then
this way so you don't get in the
It's
camera.
it's
You're
short.
the porch is like another 10 feet out, and then there's
Yeah.
bushes. So what we did, we took one piece of plywood and laid it on the bushes in the roof, so it was just like a 10-foot gap. And we were up there with our bikes, like we're gonna fucking ride off this.
the
thing.
neighbors were coming,
Yeah,
watching.
they were like watching, like fuck yeah, let's see. What we're
These
gonna
other adults?
No,
or-
no, the
one
neighbors.
was
No,
I
one
was
was
gonna say,
adult,
no,
one
there
was
one
adult.
adult. There was one adult from like 2 doors down, and she's like, I know I should stop this, but I'm genuinely curious. Because at this
God
point we were
damn.
like
And
16
I
or
have
17.
the other neighbor calling me, and I'm at work, and she's like, I don't want to be that neighbor, but I just want to tell you what boys are doing right now. I said, no, be that neighbor.
Yeah.
Because I don't, I can't picture what the heck they're doing.
Yeah.
But at this point we were 16. We had been riding bikes for a long time, so
Yeah.
it wasn't just like like we were obviously being stupid.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like we were doing something that we genuinely didn't think we could do.
Okay.
I didn't do it because I was scared because I never did big shit. But Alex,
But you
he was-
hyped him up. You're
so
like,
that's
you
the
can
thing.
do it, bro.
I always hyped up Alex to do the big drops and shit,
Okay.
and
He
he was
always
always
would.
willing to do
He
it. So he
always
fucking
would.
did it, and it went really well. It was sick.
Oh, okay. So
There's
no
a
one,
video
no one got
somewhere.
hurt.
No one got hurt. That's
We
the
got
thing, I knew he
videos
could.
of like everything.
We knew
Yeah.
he could do it. We
Yeah.
just had to convince him to do it.
And you just had to do it fast enough before that neighbor calls
Yeah.
your mom.
She
and-
was stoked. She was excited that he got it. She was like, "Thank God that this isn't ending like horribly."
Yeah.
But it really like it sounds so much sketchier than it really was.
Yeah. It's fair.
Yeah.
We had a
I mean,
ramp.
it felt way more control. Yeah, you have to think we got like half pipes and all this other shit in our driveway.
I was gonna say, yeah, if you guys already had a skate park.
Yeah,
I
so
guess.
it's just literally just like another ramp, which is like a gap.
Well, we had a ramp that went like all the way up our garage.
Yeah, that one was like a just.
Did you guys ever get into like competing in like BMX stuff?
No.
Because I got a
Not
friend
me.
That does
He,
that.
he was always good. Not me.
Yeah, I was good compared to people in the area, but I was never good compared to.
You were like
actual-
good,
Right.
but
That's
like
how I
no.
was with like everything.
Like
in
Tree
high
were
school.
good.
He was good for us.
Everything in high school, people would be like, "Dude, you're so good at guitar." I was good at guitar compared to people who didn't play guitar, but compared to people who actually play guitar, I wasn't shit.
Mm.
Then when it came to soccer, I was good compared to the people I was with.
So
people that
you're
didn't
like
play
the
soccer.
friend where it's like, and no one else in the friend group does that thing,
Yeah.
plays that sport or that instrument
Yeah.
or whatever, and they're like, dude, he's
but just
the
on
chosen one.
like a regional level.
But you're pretty good. I think you're pretty. That's not fair on especially on the guitar part. You're
I'm
pretty-
way better now on guitar because I've been
Okay.
playing a fuckload the last 3 years, and I'm
Okay.
still. The better you get, it's like how it goes. The better you get, the worse you feel compared to, because then you start to know who is actually good at this kind of stuff. You know, well, I'm
Yeah.
nothing to that guy. I'm nothing to that guy.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
then it's
no,
like I
it's-
look at where I was 2 years ago. I'm like, I'm way better than that.
and that's what you got to judge it on. Though,
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. So, but in high school, I was just playing. They call them cowboy chords, just open chords. The
Hmm.
good thing I was good at picking. That was pretty much it. So it made me seem way better because I'm just
Yeah.
picking really simple chords. So people thought I was good. But that's the thing. Those people don't play guitar, so they don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
They just think, holy fuck, that sounds good.
This guy's dope.
But other people who actually put fucking work into guitar were like, this ain't shit.
yeah, I'm glad you took a couple lessons, bro. Good for you.
Yeah, pretty much. Like it was like, yeah, like all right, fine. And
Mhm.
good for you, but I saw like I used to post covers to Facebook, and then one kid was like, "God, you're a musical genius," and then there's like one dude who was like probably 20. I was like 14 posting videos on Facebook,
Yeah.
and my friend was like, "Yeah, man, you're a musical genius." And this fucking 20-year-old comes in, and he goes, "Musical genius, bro? Fucking check out this guy," and linked some like one of the best players.
Link
I was
the
like-
best
I was
guitarist
like,
in the
dude, I'm
world.
fucking like 13. You're
Right?
fuck off.
Yeah, well, he's my friend. He just started hyping me up. What I was curious for you as these guys are growing up, as a mother of two boys, how do you feel when they start dating girls? How early they start dating girls?
I was okay.
Are you I'm curious to know how you were with when they bring a girlfriend home, or if you're like intimidating.
They
or are
really
you,
didn't.
Oh, they didn't.
But it didn't matter if they started dating anyone in like grade school.
Mm-hmm.
Like-
Those don't count though.
They knew me, and then in high school they still knew me.
Yeah.
So and I knew most of them.
You ever have like did you ever imagine it being maybe something like stress worthy? Your son's dating?
No, but I used to always tell them that I wanted them to date girls with a dead mother and good birthing hips.
So fucked.
Jesus
fucked
Christ.
up, yeah.
Because she always wanted to be the
Because I want to be the
mom.
favorite grandma.
I was like, God
You just,
damn.
but you just don't want any competition.
Well,
Yeah.
the maternal grandma's always the favorite grandma, I feel like.
So yeah, she had to try to defeat that.
Yeah.
Huh.
You just get past
I'm
it
actually
right
trying
away.
to yeah, I actually see that in a lot of.
Yeah, most
Wow.
of the families are going to their mom's side
Yeah.
of the family for holidays a lot of the time.
How do we let that happen?
I don't know.
Men in society, how do we let that
That's
happen? Or is that
dumb.
just like one? That's the one thing we.
That's
let happen?
Dylan. I'm everywhere.
A lot of dudes are pretty
Yeah.
fucking annoying. Yeah, you go on level with.
I see my dad's side of the family all the time. Love him. My uncle wishes I was his son. As fucked up as that sounds.
So were you guys ever nervous though to bring significant other home?
No, she knew.
them?
Like she said, she knew most of them. But
Mhm.
that's the thing is she was like around school enough. All my friends knew her and they all liked her. So
I still have them come up to me, hey, Mama Fraley.
yeah. So it's never
anything
like
you
weird.
need. Like,
She did find a condom once.
yeah.
I don't know, like what, 14,
Like,
15.
I cleaned his room one day. And,
Your
Don't-
mom's cleaning your room for you?
well, he was still
You want to
young.
see that fucker right now?
Oh, God. He was like 10 at the time. And I was like, there's a smell. So that was
So you
really,
had to take
I
care of
really
it,
had
yeah.
to. So I cleaned his
Wait,
room.
I was 10?
Yeah. Because
That's still pretty old, bro.
I moved his bed and everything, doing all that. Dylan's like, well, why don't you clean my room? It's all right. I said, I'll do it tomorrow.
That worked?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I need to make a call. I need to make a
We
call.
were spoiled.
But he knew.
Yeah.
He knew that I was going to really clean his room. And I'm
Yeah.
like, condom wrapper under his bed. So I'm like, take a picture of it and text him at school, and he goes, wasn't mine. I'm like, what?
I knew. I was just. I lied as a.
He's like, it was,
I'd go. That wasn't mine.
it was Kyle's. Oh, he goes, no, I mean, I used it on Kyle. I'm like, shut up, it's getting worse.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure I was just like, hey, at least it's a wrapper. Like at least it's
Yeah,
used.
that's what
Yeah.
he said. Yeah, you were like 14.
Being
you were a
safe.
freshman. And then I get to find the
Would
same
not fucking
things with
recommend
him.
doing that, by the way. Horrible idea.
He was much older before, but he was
I don't.
not
I
discreet
didn't.
at all.
I didn't hide it. I just threw it in the open garbage can.
And I always empty his garbage. And I'm like, ew. He goes, did you see them all?
Did you ever walk in on?
Did you see them all? You fucking weirdo.
Well, because I saw, I was like, oh fuck, did you see all of them? She's like, all of them, and I was like, oh.
I saw more than one, but he didn't.
Yeah, actually,
God
I
damn.
popped a hole in one, so I had to have two in there. It's not a big deal.
I was like, nah, I'm making figures with them.
Oh my god.
Balloon animals, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool. Did you ever walk in on these guys doing any suspect activity?
I did walk on Dylan and Kia.
Don't like Kia.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm sorry.
This was recent.
Because she never fucking knocks. I was like, bitch, I am fucking like 24.
God damn.
I'm home
I didn't see
after
it.
college.
I think
during
it's-
the
see
pandemic.
anything.
I think it's worse
She didn't see
at
it.
24
Well,
than it
we-
would have been in high school.
It was
we
just,
never
I
ha-
wasn't like embarrassed. I was like, are you dumb?
I
She did
didn't-
it fucking twice.
Yeah.
I was like, how did you not fucking learn the first time? The only reason we're here is because
Cole
of the
used to
pandemic.
walk in on me and Tony all the time.
Sadly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
none of our rooms had locks, so it's not like you'd be like, ah.
Yeah, the dumbass still doesn't knock.
Yeah. So,
It's your fault. I'm not gonna be embarrassed. I'm not taking any blame here. I'm 24. You're not knocking on the goddamn door.
I did learn with him. I knock on his door.
after you, thank you.
Yeah.
Well,
I
I
did
can
learn.
help.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Things went smoothly for me.
Yes.
I know if Kia's watching this right now, she's blushing so fucking. A little rosacea action.
I love you, Kia.
God damn. Yeah, that's stressful. That's a stressful moment there. You ever walk in on your brother? You know,
I don't think so. No.
not even beating his shit. Wow.
I think we're bathroom
Impressed.
beaters. That helps.
Bathroom music.
Okay.
Like, are you
Bathroom.
done with taking that shower yet? Jeez.
Bathroom beater for sure.
You
No
be beating
reason.
off in the shower?
You don't want to be a bedroom
Not in the
beater.
shower.
I was gonna say that takes so long.
I don't know these things.
It'd be taking forever. If you have a really hot shower, you can't. Sometimes it just the
I
steam.
don't like being wet, so I don't want to be in the shower. that
Right.
much. I
Oh,
minimize
that's
it.
fair. Yeah, that's fair.
If I'm in the shower, I'm good business done. I'm not.
Okay.
That's about it.
Wow.
Yeah, being a bathroom
Just
beater
get
is
clean.
advantageous.
Yeah, easy cleanup, right? You just aim it where you gotta aim
Oh
it.
God, stop
flush
this
it, yeah.
conversation. Oh my God.
All those grandkids you want, they're in the watershed.
Oh, nice.
So, so aside from your dad running over your dog, are there any other moments like growing up, raising these two, where you're like, oh fuck, maybe we fucked something up? Where you ever
All
had
the
like
time. All the time.
oh really?
Oh yeah.
Probably back. Oh yeah, back to that story with the break into the house.
Okay.
that's probably the biggest one for her, because we almost went to juvie for that. So the reason we got caught is because one of our friends lost his wallet. We went to 2 houses that day. One of them was his old house that was abandoned now, and then one of them was.
Didn't he live there now?
So you didn't break into the one house. You broke into 2 houses.
That house. So
okay.
Yeah, so we went to 2 houses.
Okay.
And he lost his wallet at one of them. So I was gone. I was at soccer practice. They went back. They went back throughout the day because they're fucking idiots. And a neighbor eventually saw it, called the cops. Cops were there checking it out. They climb the fence, jump in the dark, and they land flashlights on them. They got caught.
Oh my god.
Because they're fucking
Wait,
idiots.
they jumped our fence?
So were you the friend then? Were
Yeah.
you the friend that would try to like?
Gotta be smart about.
You were smart about the dumb shit, right?
Yeah.
That was like with my friends too. Was like some of my friends got in trouble.
Yeah.
Some of them got in trouble with the law a couple of times. But I did the same kind of dumb shit with them all the time. We would shoot fireworks on the lake, fucking at 1 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. We'd see the police fucking boat get dropped in the water. I'd be like, all right, just no more, right? But if I wasn't there probably would have been 3, 4 more shot off. So the people getting tickets.
The problem with my friends, they see the police. They're still over there. Let's fire them at them.
Let's do one more.
Let's run over. Let's run like a mile around. Fire from there. Fucking just fuck.
So you had to be
their problem.
You had to be the voice of reason to be like, guys, we did enough fuck shit. Let's like wait till tomorrow.
So that's
reset.
I'm at soccer practice. I can't tell them to fuck off. God. I get back from soccer practice and I see, hey man, your friend's in the back of a cop car. I was like, oh motherfucker. Damn. And then they're like telling me like, we should be fine as long as you're the same our names, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then I think one of the moms called you, because then she came into I was with my girlfriend at the time in fucking 8th grade. And she comes into my room. She goes, hey, your friend's in the back of a cop car. You wouldn't have anything to do with this.
I don't think I even got it out in the question before there was a knock at the door.
No, because I went.
Oh god.
She goes, you wouldn't know anything about this, and I go, no, not at all. She goes, all right. She shuts the door, and I just look at my girlfriend. I go, I'm fucked. Because then I hear the knock, and she just is like in tears talking to cops. I'm like, fuck.
And that
I
was
remember this.
That was the only time you really, because he made me cry, and I told him I was disappointed, and I like, I knew that would get him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was after 8th grade, before high school.
Okay.
So that was the white lie I told her. That was a question you asked, as I literally was like, no.
Yeah.
But
I wasn't a part of this.
Didn't the homeowners have you come back?
So yeah, that's the thing is, we're in the line like thinking we're going to juvie. That's what the cop said. He's like, there's worst case scenario, you guys are going to go to like juvie. And I was like, motherfucker. Next day was high school orientation.
Oh really?
So we're just in the gym, and we're all standing there, and everyone's like having a good time, figuring.
And you're just thinking about something.
And we're all just looking at each other like, none of these people know that like we might go to fucking juvie. Like, they have
Our lives are over.
Like, we're fucked.
Yeah.
But no, the guy, his kids were shittier than us, and because of that, he had a lot of empathy for us.
Okay. That
So
works out
he was like, I'm not gonna press charges. My kids get into some shit. I know how it goes. Like,
yeah.
they've been expelled, and I was like, all right, we're not this far.
We're
right?
not as bad as them yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's just like saying all this shit. And he goes, all you gotta do, help me. He's like, obviously you saw there was a fire. Help me tear out some of the drywall. Do some work with me. We're good.
Let's fix up the house.
And then he goes,
wow.
and whoever painted the fridge, pay for the fridge, because that was a new fridge. And that was my one friend who took the paint and went right for the fridge because he's an idiot. So he had to pay like $900 for a fridge.
Did anybody think to maybe open the fridge to see if it was on?
If you think that's like
It's abandoned.
and there's
Just
a brand new
open the
fridge.
Yeah.
They're riding dirt bikes around. That's open fridges.
Damn. That's
Yeah, I
fair.
remember the dirt bikes.
But that worked out well though.
Yeah, no, so it was great. It was perfect.
That
It
was-
was
yeah.
like, I was like,
You
thank
learned
God.
a lesson.
I definitely learned.
And you
I
didn't
was
have
like,
to
I'm
learn
good.
it the worst way.
I think that
'Cause I
because
never
you
had real
because
trouble
it was
after
like the
that.
first time you did something, you got caught.
Because
So
yeah, we were going
that
to
prevented
houses
him
all the
to
time.
do
Good.
it anymore.
Yeah,
I
that's-
think so.
Because the problem is we were also in a house across the street directly from our house not too long before, in and out a bunch. We think that if they would have found out that was us in that house too, we would have really been fucked.
Yeah.
Oh
Right.
yeah, because then who knows who
Because it would have
owns
been like,
that
all
house.
right, now it's not just the charges of this. Well, we knew who owned it. But it was like,
Oh,
now it's not just the charges of this. Now it's like multiple
Yeah,
things.
now it's not like an
not-
accident. It's like you guys do this.
It's
This is
not
what
the
you guys be
homeowner
on.
pressing. Now it's like the county or whatever being like, all right, this is a serial thing we need to figure out.
These are some criminals.
You were so much better than Dylan.
So we got out of that when we stopped. I was always referred to as an instigator. I was like I said, I'm telling you, you could jump off this roof.
Yeah, yeah.
You could do
But
this.
you don't do it though.
Yeah,
You make.
but that's the
No,
thing.
he's
I'm
holding
like,
the camera.
I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
I don't think we should go in this house. And then I'll go. And I was like, all right, fuck it, let's go in the house. And then I'm like, all right, just not like, don't get too carried away. And they
Yeah.
got carried away. And they were going back and back. Damn. They still have some of the shit that they took from that house that day. It's pretty. Like one of them was a Buddha. They took a gold Buddha.
Yeah.
Real gold. They love that fucking thing.
And
Yeah.
that's a piece though.
And
That's
the katana
hilarious.
too. One of my
They
Yeah.
stole a
Very weird
katana.
house. It was a very weird house, to be honest. Yeah.
Wait, how's a Buddha and a katana in the same? That doesn't
I don't fucking know,
ideology.
man.
Okay,
I don't know.
Interesting.
wish
I remember the Buddha. That thing's sweet.
Interesting.
Pure
So you
gold.
didn't get into any trouble like that though. You just had the school
Only trouble I
assignments.
get into is related with them. They'd be like, "Yo, we're going to this factory. We're going on the roof. We're just gonna hang out," and then we would go do that.
What fact? What are you?
The cork.
That's
You guys are just-
some people still might do that, so we don't want to blow that up.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't
it's,
do
it's
that.
funny because I'm working there.
Yeah, I don't
Right.
do that.
Interesting.
I haven't been down there
Yeah,
forever.
he's working.
I'm
right
working
behind
out.
that
I'm
That's
building.
just
doing a project for him right
Okay.
now.
Yeah, that's like been a neighborhood chill spot. You just go sit on the roof and look at the stars.
Until my
Hang out.
friends-
We never were vandalized.
Until my friends
Yeah.
shot out the windows with
Oh
BB
yeah,
guns.
that was your friends that did that one.
Why?
They shot out the windows with BB guns, and they were in this minivan. They dumped the garbage can out that was in the minivan. It had a receipt, and then the cops tracked that receipt. The next morning, they knocked on the door, and every kid that was there was sleeping at that house.
Yeah,
So
so then no one was going.
So they all wake up with a cop standing over them.
I'm not gonna lie. The
They're like,
cops
"Oh,
in that
fuck."
general area, like of where we grew up, are pretty incompetent. But
That's
when
good
we
work.
make it
That's
that easy,
That's good work.
Yeah.
that's pretty. Yeah.
Usually they just give up.
It is fair. Usually they're like,
Right.
oh, okay. Yeah, that's wow.
So they all got tickets, and then I guess they installed cameras now. So I don't know if you can go back
Yeah,
out there.
some people do. They had the cameras are on the back.
Yeah, but they
they
got
have
new
cameras.
We
ones.
don't gotta give a tutorial on how to break in. That's
get
fine,
new
that's
and
fine.
They
more.
have cameras in the
So,
front.
as her sons, what is something you guys are most thankful for? It's
Just
not
being-
often I get to have a whole family on, a show.
I'd say
so-
just being able, like, feeling free.
Yeah.
Like
She
we
had
didn't really have a curfew. We got phones early on. We were allowed to swear.
You
so
felt
we
trusted.
Like, yeah.
We had a good balance. She wasn't ever like, don't try, like don't drink,
Mhm.
don't do this, don't do that. She was like, if you're gonna do anything, you can tell me, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Be safe
And if you're
about it.
Like,
drinking,
if
let
you're
me
gonna
know.
drink
I
and
will
you
pick you
ride
up.
home, yeah, let me know. We'll pick you up. And she's like, she would be like, I don't like you hanging out with this kid specifically, but just be smart around. Like that's how both our parents were. They were just like, we don't want to be hands off, go wild. I have friends who were dropped out of high school because they didn't have
There's
any
no-
push. There
yeah.
was nothing holding them accountable.
Yeah.
But then I have the other friends on the other side of the spectrum where every single fucking thing they did was monitored, and they had no like freedom, and then they went to college and did a fuckload of drugs.
Yeah.
That happens a lot. Yeah,
Yes.
that happens a lot.
So
Well, even the
we had a nice
smallest
balance.
things, like your friends would come over and we had like a candy jar, and they knew exactly where that was, especially the girls. And I think their parents were like restricting every calorie as they're growing up.
God damn.
Well, those are the ones that had the weight problems because once they could get it themselves,
Yeah.
whereas
Right.
these guys they could just feel free to.
I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie, that's
eat
pretty
if you
clutch though.
want.
You guys had a snack drawer. We didn't have one of
Oh,
those.
dude.
My friend had one of those, and it was the coolest shit to me.
Mm-hmm.
She was a couponer.
We had all the soda,
So
all the candy.
She found out loopholes sometimes before they would fix them to where you would get shit for free.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
get shit for like 2 cents. So she literally, in our garage for one summer, we had a mountain of like 6 packs of bottles of soda. Of just like
Damn.
8 different types.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even shitting you. Like we probably
Dr.
had
Pepper,
like 500
7 Up.
bottles.
God, so you guys had the house.
So
to
we
be
would
at
be
then.
right
Yeah,
at
oh,
the
You
yeah.
guys
and,
had
and they
all
all
this.
were. They
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
were
we
at our
literally
house.
ride at a skate park and just go in the garage and grab fucking soda.
Damn.
So
there was
it
there was
was-
a couch in there.
It was
Damn.
so we just never felt limited.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I knew from my end, I was like, I know what I want to do. I was like, as long as I do good in school,
Yeah.
she'll let me fucking do what I want to do.
Yeah.
And she never had to tell me, get good grades, fucking do your homework. I just was like, yeah, it's fucking easy. Might as well do it. He, on the other hand, he just was like,
Just a little nudge.
He knew what he wanted to do, so
Yeah.
he was like, I know I can do the bare
Yeah.
minimum to get there.
Right.
I'm like, I remember taking you to school one day and just being like, you have one fucking job. You just have to show up and hand your shit in and graduate.
And I did
That's
that.
all you need.
I did that.
And he just said, whenever I would get like that with them, both of them, they'd never talk back. They just kind of,
Yeah, fair enough.
take it. And then, of course, I'm not even out of the parking lot, and I'm texting him like, I'm sorry, I love you. Don't have a bad day.
So where does that? Because like you were saying, you have friends that were on the other side of that spectrum where the parents are like, you need this. I'm checking your grades on Skyward every day. I'm doing whatever.
I didn't
right?
even know how to log in.
Like where did like I feel like that's a tough thing for a lot of parents to be able to trust their kids to make their own mistakes and lead their own lives. How did you how was growing up for you? Was it different, or how did you figure out that this is the kind of parent you want to be?
Well, my dad was a cop, so I didn't get away with much.
Oh, okay.
I was not a good kid.
Okay.
Yeah. But I got away with a lot.
Yeah.
I got caught for a lot.
Okay.
I don't know. I just think that we developed it early on,
Mm-hmm.
like a closeness that I just trusted him.
Yeah.
I always trust. I trust them all the time.
Yeah. I feel like if you have, I think too, you're lucky in that you got smart kids, right? Where it's like you can trust them.
Common sense.
Yeah.
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 Right.
That's one thing they drove. Just like be good people and have common sense.
Yeah.
So, but that's the thing is, all kids at some point are going to be fucking stupid, especially in the 12 to 16 range. So, I understand why some parents can struggle because I almost went to fucking juvie. So, like, clearly there was a line being rode at some point.
It was very close. Yeah.
So, like, there's a fine line that you got to try to find a balance of, and somehow they like pushed it just enough. And I'm smart enough to learn from that, whereas some other kids that we know would like always push that fucking boundary, and they would get further and further until they're fucked.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to know your kid to know what you want to do. I guess is really what it is. Like you.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And I think I just think it's cool that both of you guys are like the freedom that I think and just the fact that you mentioned you guys were so close. I think that's gonna. I don't know. It's awesome.
One of the things Kia
wholesome.
said when she saw you with me, she's like really liked seeing our relationship. She knew he was a good guy.
I mean, it's just like a sometimes you meet your friends' parents, right? And there's like maybe a little bit of tension.
Yeah.
Where like maybe the friend that you see doesn't get to act that way around their parents. So it's kind of like we all have to act, keep our heads down and shake hands, and then when we leave the room.
Their friends like they'd be over and I'd be like, "Don't knock her up." He's like going to the dance. And
So you were the cool mom then. Is there?
I didn't say I was. I was one of the moms that was allowed to go to the dances and be there the whole night and take pictures. And my friends would be like, "Can you get a picture of my daughter? I can't even talk to her when she's getting ready." I'm like, yeah, I could get all the kids together, the whole thing out in the courtyard, group picture.
Yeah, and my dad was cool enough too that he got the cool dad thing, so it worked out. But he was definitely not as.
I'd say that's because of her.
Yeah, it was definitely association, but we just had like the cool parents.
Yeah.
My dad, you could tell he tried to like have a strict side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
he wanted to be.
He tried.
Big
Like
and
it wasn't
bad.
like super strict, but he felt like he had some things that he wanted to like limit. But he could pick up on like when he was like, all right, I'm being unreasonable.
Let's show him some love. What should we? We got to say some positive stuff about Dad real quick.
He's a good guy. He was on third shift for 20 some odd years.
Yeah.
He just got on first shift.
Wow.
But
Doing what?
He was still
because
IT,
he was on
basically.
third
Okay.
shift, he didn't miss a game, a practice. He coached
Right.
them, took them to their Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts. He was always there. Whereas other dads couldn't say that, and he was always supportive of you guys. Everything you guys ever did.
Yeah,
It still
and
is.
when we got in fights, he was quick to apologize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was nice. Like if I'm fucking losing my shit on him,
Mm-hmm.
because like we would literally fight, and then like I just did it as like being like a rebellious kid. So we would scream at each other.
Yeah.
I'd slam the door, walk out with my friends, be like, "Well, that was fucking wild, huh?" And they'd be like, "What the fuck's going on?"
Yeah.
But he'd be in there like he'd feel bad, so he'd come out and be like, "Hey, like I'm sorry, like I'm being like you guys are right, blah blah blah." Like he did that a lot, and if he was like in the moment, he'd be like, "You're fucking grounded," and then like
And then he was.
20 minutes later, he'd be like,
Yeah.
"I'm sorry, you can go." He's like, "I know it's not."
Did you ever really get grounded? For real?
No.
I think they tried.
I think that I tried to ground Dylan one time. He goes, "You can't make me stay here." I'm like, "Well, yeah, you were bigger than me." I'm like, "You're right. I can't make him stay here."
I don't remember saying that.
Hey, you
Sounds
threatened
fucked
your
up.
mom with violence?
Right.
Like, I will drop
I think
you.
it was just more so like if I get out of here, I don't have to like come back until I want. Like you're gonna hunt me down, kind of thing. Like I'm just gonna go hang out with my friends.
And
what
I
I'm
spent
doing.
I spent the majority of my teenage years grounded, and it didn't help. I just
What did
Did you wanna
grounding
get out
look like?
more?
What was it? Like you weren't allowed to leave the house? You weren't allowed to...
Go to your room.
yeah, you have to. Yeah, I couldn't leave the house.
Yeah.
Except I could go to the mailbox. So my friend would come and drop off notes and cigarettes, and then I would bring them back to the house, and then I'd hang out my bedroom window with a wet towel on the thing, thinking I'm fooling them. I was the only person that smoked in my house. My mom's like, so she'd take my cigarettes and she'd crush them, she'd throw them in the garbage. I mean, I was like young, and I'd pick them out, and then she realized she had to put them under the faucet to really defer.
Yeah, you were going hard. You were
Didn't
not.
You start
No.
like 13? 10. Yeah.
10.
Yeah.
I mean, not like, rolling them up in my sleeve, smoking a pack a day, but I'd
Smoking
sneak.
some ciggies.
I'd sneak them from my sister.
Really?
She was 6 years older than me.
Holy shit.
So
She was on Oprah.
I was on Oprah. Dylan was with me.
What? I asked like 5 times, what are we going to talk about today, guys?
I
And
forgot
no one
about
brings
that.
up
I did-
fucking Oprah.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you on Oprah for?
Smoking
For smoking
cigarettes.
cigarettes, I was
It was
there
just
with Dr.
one.
Oz.
Fuck Dr. Oz. Lost his
I
election.
put on the purple gloves, held
Yeah,
the
fuck him for real.
nasty long.
You're.
It was a sad episode.
It was a sad episode.
This is a
This
real
is Vicki.
thing.
Yeah, this is Vicki. She's been smoking for 28 years. That kind of shit.
Yeah, and I smoked
Wasn't like
more
you got a
during
car
that
type
segment
shit.
that they
Bro,
taped me.
what?
I was like chain
And
smoking.
this aired?
It was a long time ago. She
And
was
then
on
it
VHS
and then it
somewhere. That's how old
re-aired.
it was.
Yeah. And
I
then
remember
it
it.
aired it.
I have to fucking look this up. You guys ever
It's
found it on
it-
YouTube or
I've
anything?
tried.
It's really hard
She has
to
to
look
get that
up.
episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
You gotta
really
get
hard.
that.
I have the VHS.
That would be
I have to
phenomenal to
change it.
react to.
Yeah, so I was in the green room back there. I went
Then
with her.
somewhere we have there were pictures of us got taken with Oprah.
Do you remember? Wait, so how old were you?
We were 8, maybe?
So I was like probably 10 or something. I had a mohawk.
How old did Oprah?
Had a
Or how
mohawk.
did Oprah smell?
I don't remember Oprah. The only thing I genuinely remember is the limo.
The limo.
Oh
in
God,
the
he
green
loved the
room.
limo.
Yeah, the green room, where it's just like they have the TVs
Yeah.
all in there that you can see what's going on stage, and then when they had commercials, it just cut to black, and I thought it was so weird. I was like, they said we're going to commercial, like now it's this. I was
Yeah.
like, that's wild to see like behind the scenes.
Mhm.
And there's just so much like fruit and food, and I was just back there eating. Wow. But yeah, and then the limo, I was like, can we
The
drive
limo,
past
yeah.
my friend's house? And I like head out of the sunroof.
Yeah. So
And
how
I
did
was
you
like,
get
"Go
on
outside."
Oprah?
We called.
I don't know. Yeah, I never knew this part. I don't know how did you.
My
do it?
sister called
Yeah.
and narked on me.
Uh,
I was like, okay.
Your sister going on
What?
Oprah?
Yeah.
So
So
what?
Julie was
what are
there
you
too.
doing?
So when you get approached, then who approaches you? Does Oprah's people come to you and be like, hey?
You call or you talk to them. Yeah, they call you and they kind of get a whole backstory and if it sounds interesting enough,
Wow.
come on down. We'll do it. Segment.
So what did they do with the segment then? What was the whole segment? Was it like
It was.
were they trying to help you quit?
Yeah, yeah.
Or? Okay. Did it work?
It. Well, it did.
Okay.
And then they said, did you end up, we're new recap show? Well, they did the recap show so quickly.
Oh yeah, because they want to make sure that they can say it worked.
By the time the show aired, my mother would call me, "You're lying to people on national TV." I started smoking again.
Oh no.
I said, well, at that time, so it's kind of funny.
Wow.
But that was so many years ago, and Amanda, that I work with, when I walked into the salon, she recognized me, and this was only 6 years ago.
Really?
She recognized me from Oprah.
what the fuck?
And she
I
was
didn't know
like-
that.
Holy fuck, that's kind of cool.
I know.
Leave it
That's-
to hairstylists to be the ones like just really dialed into Oprah.
We're dialed into
That
it.
is
If anyone's
wild.
gonna
Did you get
recognize
anything out of it? Like they give you
I
anything?
got a coffee mug and a T-shirt and a book. And I
Weren't you
got
supposed to be on
things.
something else?
Oh, well, we went down there all the time.
I thought
Oh, I
you-
was not on. No, I wasn't supposed to be on.
Oh.
Do you remember anything of Oprah? So did you speak with Oprah directly? Like was
Oh,
she
yeah.
talking
She
to
was
you?
on
You were
stage
you were
on
like
the show. Like she
you
was
were like the
guest.
main guest of like.
One of a few, yeah.
They literally, she's with
This is
Dr. Oz,
crazy.
and he's like, "This is a lung that's healthy, and this is what her lung looks like," kind of shit.
What
And
a
she's
problem,
just standing
yeah.
there like crying.
God
I'm in
damn.
the back like, "Dude, I fucking love cantaloupe."
That is what TV
I
was
didn't
like.
cry. I didn't cry.
You did a little. You were a little bit.
I was just like, oh god, this makes me look.
But they showed a picture of us. We both had mohawks, dual
They're
mohawks.
like,
at
"These
a
are her
Shania Twain
kids."
Concert. And I was like, dude, I'm on fucking TV, bro.
Yeah.
Wait, I was on TV?
Yeah, there's a picture of us.
There's
We need to
pictures.
find this.
Yeah, we gotta
I'm
get this
saying,
right
dude.
now. Like this is
We're-
fucking.
If
dope.
I gotta go to Goodwill and get a VHS tape.
I remember I was at Grandma's house and I was like, what's going on? Where are they going?
Yep.
That's
And then
super
Grandma's
cool.
watching TV and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, Dylan's asked the limo driver, can we stop at McDonald's from downtown Chicago? He's like hanging out the window, and he stopped, pulled over, and the limo driver went and bought his food and brought it back to him.
Damn,
Yeah,
Oprah's
man.
people hooking it up.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, we stayed at the All Suites Omni Hotel.
Yeah. And then, we're literally in my neighborhood. I was like, we gotta go past Dragon's house.
We did go. I remember going past Dragon's house. Yeah.
Fucking R.I.P. Dragon. Dude.
Did she feel
Miss
like
him.
a genuine
R.I.P.
person to you when she was talking with you?
Yeah.
Interesting.
In between, like commercial breaks, she was like
Was she-
more herself.
Okay. Was
But-
she still really kind? As the people always,
yeah.
you know, that's the stereotype with
There's,
her.
there's some people that say she cannot be, but she was nice that way. I
Did
could
you
see.
hug her? Did you
Yeah,
touch her?
wow. That's so
Yeah,
crazy
she-
that
we
you guys
have
were on
pictures,
fucking
like,
Oprah.
Of, she's got her arm around Dylan
Yeah,
and
I
me.
met her.
and
I don't fucking. I honestly
We took
don't remember
pictures,
that
and
part.
then the show
gotta-
got canceled shortly after that, or she
Wow.
stopped doing it. So I never got to see those pictures. Never got copies of them.
Damn. Because I got another friend and they've been on the show, and I can't remember if it was the dad or the mom. I think it was the dad worked for Oprah. Was like her either like her fucking pilot or her one of her drivers. I can't remember, but it was like something with transportation.
Nice.
Maybe
So,
they drove you guys.
Dude, that would be wild.
That'd be funny. As
That'd be
fuck.
way
That'd
too,
be
that'd be
sick.
way
That
too
would be
weird. That'd be way too weird.
Just be like, hey, ask your dad if he ever went to McDonald's in a limo.
Yeah.
That'd be good. That'd be hilarious.
Well,
that's-
I'm sure it's not very popular to drive out to Trevor to pick people up either.
Yeah, that's true.
They came all the way out to
Yeah.
Trevor to pick you guys up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just at the limo.
Because literally, Dragon lived right down the road, and I was like, "Hey, go around this block." And I just opened the window, and I was like trying to like text him or something. I was like, "Come outside."
I'm trying to
Drove
flex
by,
like,
and
yo,
I was
I'm
like,
out here,
I
bro.
was like, "What's up, dude?"
It's sick,
And
dude.
they were like, "What the fuck?" They got on their bikes and they rode right to my house, and they're like, "What the hell are you doing?"
You're like,
Well,
I'm
you
big time.
didn't text him because there was no text.
Whatever it was, I
I
don't.
think you probably called him because you
Yeah, I
didn't have a cell
called. I
phone.
called. That's
Yeah.
what it was. I was like, I don't
Come
know
outside
what
in
it
5
was,
minutes.
but I know I somehow managed to get him outside.
That's big time, bro.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, we're almost at the what is it, an hour mark or 2 hour mark? I can't. It's 7:45. What do we have anything we haven't gotten to today that we need to get to?
I don't know.
Any family disagreements we need to get out in the open? Any dirty laundry we need to air? Anything that we need to talk about that we're grateful for? Anything, man. Whatever you guys got. Any questions for me?
I wish there was, but
Yeah.
I don't think there's
We're
any
pretty-
dirty
we're pretty
laundry.
vanilla.
We're pretty drama free, and I think it's just
Right.
because it ties into that freedom thing. Kind of doing.
That's
our own
dope,
thing.
though. That's dope.
Missing Dylan. He's an hour away now, so
Don't see him as
Better
much.
than fucking 15.
I know.
I'll
Oh,
be out of
yeah.
here soon.
No way.
Be out of here.
I'm selling that fucking house. I'm dipping.
Were you moving to? Where do you think of moving?
West?
Don't know.
West.
That would be cool.
I'm sure I'll end up back in Colorado at some point. I like.
I'd like
Seattle,
to.
Washington.
If I can find a
I've heard
job,
good
I get
things.
out
I've
of
never
here.
been.
I need mountains. That's the thing. I really like mountains.
Mm.
I don't. That's the thing. I don't take any pictures out here. So
That's fair. Yeah.
You haven't taken pictures in a while.
yeah.
Yeah, we need some new photography from Dylan.
Yep.
I forget if you mentioned that on the last podcast. Didn't you start taking pictures? Didn't you borrow your mom's camera?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And the
she
only
had.
reason I bought the camera is so I could take pictures of them playing sports.
Yeah.
Wow,
That's
that's so wholesome, so
So it
full
was
circle.
my first time taking it off of fucking sport mode.
Yeah,
I'm like,
That's
let's turn it to fucking the M. See what that's all about.
That's a
I
scary
almost
ass.
had
M's,
like
dude. Scary.
a pass. I was always on the field
Yeah.
because
You were the-
I took all the soccer pictures that were in the yearbooks.
Getting kicked out.
Yep.
Damn.
Swinging at the refs.
What's maybe proudest moment for you as a mother? Either of these two guys. You could.
Oh my.
Yeah. Proudest moment
gosh.
each.
Yeah, I
Let's
wanna
each-
hear
let's
this.
get it.
Proudest moment as a mother is like a.
It's like just in general. I'm so proud of how hard they both work. Like he gets up and works his ass off.
Dylan don't do nothing.
Dylan.
He wakes up
Dylan
at
worked
9.
really
I worked
hard
all
to
day.
get his degree.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he
That
doesn't
was
have a hard job.
That was hard. No, the job is difficult. That's for sure.
Yeah. But
I
he
did-
physically.
Yeah, he physically works.
Yeah.
It's not. I just sit at home
And I'm proud
work
for
on
the
a
fact
laptop.
that no matter where we are, no matter who's around, they have no problem showing me affection. That's always nice.
The thing about my job is that I actively wanted to avoid manual labor the whole time. That's why I aimed for a work from home
Yeah.
computer
I'm getting
desktop
there.
job.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
That's fair.
My back started to hurt today, and I was like, oof.
How old are you?
21.
Yeah, you can't be having that.
Yeah.
Can't be having that yet.
Happens all the time. I got
You-
bad
you
knees.
doing some yoga or
My
some
back's
stretching or
fucked up.
something? You got to stretch.
No.
I used-
If I was union, you'd
Yeah,
have to.
I was gonna say he's got to get into the union.
Oh, you
If
have.
you're-
to.
Anybody
you're-
want to sponsor Cole in the union?
If you're union, like you're like it's mandatory to stretch
Really?
in the beginning of the day.
So why don't
That's nice. Just do it, dude.
you should just do it?
Stretching's good shit.
I was against, dude. I played college sports and I was like against stretching, like up until like the last like year and a half, 2 years. But I'm telling you, it's like so much better. Like you think like, oh, it's just stupid. I don't want to waste my fucking time stretching. Like,
I don't think it's
lame.
stupid. I love
But
stretching.
it's
I
like
just don't
so
think of it
beneficial.
at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
Sometimes he wakes up 3 hours late for work and he doesn't have time to stretch.
Not sometimes.
That's not
Just
good.
today.
Today.
Once.
Oops.
See, it's
Once
not good
in,
either
like,
in Wisconsin. Like just like getting like it's fucking freezing cold out and your whole body's tight, and then you just like jump into a car real quick, and let's say you drive like if you have to drive far, 40 minutes in a car,
Right.
crunched up like this, and then you're just doing physical labor. That'll fuck you up.
See, my work is like 2 miles away from the house.
But your work sites aren't.
So you drive to work, and then they drive you, they transfer you
Yeah.
or whatever. Okay, gotcha.
I wake up, and I sit in bed on a laptop, and I code and make tests, join meetings.
I've been lucky recently though.
If my back hurts, it's because like the pillow's in the wrong spot.
It's fucking weird.
You're
That's
like, yeah,
hilarious.
I've been lucky enough to be sitting in a machine a lot,
Okay.
so
like
I'm happy to be where I'm at right now.
Well, start stretching because we don't want you hurt.
Tomorrow's gonna be a terrible day.
What do you do tomorrow?
Gotta pour concrete.
Oh,
Yeah. See, that's the
it's
thing.
not for me.
Is tying into the parents theme, is I always saw my friends' dads
Yeah.
doing construction, and which obviously they're fucking not bad jobs. Going into the trades is a fucking great idea.
Oh, yeah, it makes sense for a lot of people, and we need it.
But it's just the thing that I saw like my friends' dads doing these jobs, and then as I got older, I realized my friends' plans was to do their dad's jobs with them, and I was like, I don't want to fucking like follow that. Like I don't want to follow that path. I was like,
You obviously see her
I was really
leading,
into like
yeah.
space and planes and math and physics, so I was like, I'm gonna do engineering.
And you had
So
parents that were supportive
yeah,
of that, so I
and
think
it
that's
was-
dope.
Yeah, we
They
thought
know.
he was a freak of nature.
So yeah,
I'm like,
just
that
in awe.
skipped some generations, man. Math.
so it's literally it's just not. There's nothing wrong with doing manual labor. I just did not want to do it because it looked like it fucking sucked, especially when
Yeah.
my friends and his dad are in concrete, which is like the worst of them all.
Yeah,
I
dude.
was like, fuck this, dude. No way. I was like, I'm gonna keep using my brain so that I'm not dying at 45.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially
I hate
non-
doing
yeah.
concrete.
Well, especially, I mean, you said you're not in a union right now.
Yeah.
Non-union stuff can get kind of sketchy sometimes. So
It gets
from what I've
sketchy.
heard.
I
There's-
just
there's
I just
pluses
want
and
something
minuses.
to like. I want retirement and dental and all that.
Yeah, he works.
I only
for a
have
really
health
small
insurance.
Business.
So
Oh, okay.
I got a crew like 5 guys.
Okay.
So
Gotcha. Yeah, we got to get you in the union.
oh, I
Sweet
know.
spot is like getting like an associate's degree, becoming like the contractor guy who leads.
Yeah, just be the
The
foreman.
workers,
Be the
like, you
foreman.
know,
Just
yeah.
tell
Right.
people what to do.
I mean, I was running a crew for a little bit there for a while.
Were you getting paid to run it though? Were they giving you that extra
No.
bump? See, that's the
Yeah,
bullshit.
see, yeah,
That's
that's
the
the key,
bullshit,
dude.
bro.
You gotta get
That's
the
what
fuck-
sucked. They're like, here's an iPad, here's the
Did you-
print, lay it out, and I'm like, all right. Meanwhile, the actual foreman's out.
Did you ever
Late
work like
taking
a
off.
retail, like a shitty job, like in high school, like a retail job or like a part-time job or anything like that?
No,
See, that's what you got. That'll
Yeah,
teach
you
you.
went straight into it, right?
I went straight in it.
Yeah, I never really pushed you guys to have jobs.
No. I made enough money to like could like last me a while
Okay.
through like high school.
Damn.
I think my first actual job was working at a hunt club.
Oh yeah,
That's
you
probably
did.
interesting.
right.
So it was pretty easy.
Yeah.
Bunch of Chicago guys
So you
just giving
worked-
you like $300
Yeah, that's fair. That's
for
fair.
like an hour work, and I was
It's
like,
like the redneck caddy.
Sweet.
Basically.
Yeah, yeah. It's
that's exactly what it is.
the gravy job. That's dope. That's pretty cool.
So I'd
though.
make money, and then I'd just go to school, and I'd be like, I don't need to work.
Yeah. Fuck it.
I don't spend enough money.
Well, see, the thing is, if you work retail for any amount of time, you will quickly learn to only do what you is in your job description, because we do not give a fuck, bro.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
actively wanted to
Like-
avoid working with customers,
Yeah.
like just everyday customers. So I worked at Antioch Pizza originally, and I was
Oh,
making
that's
like,
right.
I was did sandwiches. I wasn't even in the pizza. I was making like hot dogs,
Just
and
making- you
Italian
just-
beefs. I didn't even work there for that long, but I was like, at least I don't have to fucking deal with the people asking
You have to
for
talk
this
to
shit.
people. Yeah, it is. It is like it's just draining. Like I've had to do that a lot. Like with bartending and stuff like that, and it is like you like leave work and you feel like this mask fall off your head, and you're like, oh god. But it's no. But the reason I was bringing up the retail thing is because of you saying like you were leading this group of people and you weren't getting like paid that extra amount.
Right.
You will never find that in a retail setting, or if you do, that person's not going to be there very long because they're
Right.
going to get run into the ground. Because it's like people like they do that where at these places where they won't pay you, and then they'll be like, oh, actually, you're going to be doing the job of like 3 people today, and you'll be like, oh no, I'm not. And if you don't do that, like they will just like drive you right into the ground. So I don't know if it's like that where you work or
No.
not, but
A lot of places are just in general, like, how it's just the point of running business is what it comes down to nowadays. It's just how hard can we work this guy for how little can we pay him?
Yeah.
Just like
sad.
Yeah.
That's why I like being my own boss.
Yeah.
That's how guys are in construction. Like, they will push you. They will get on your nerves. The second you break, they'll be like, all right, now I know where to stop. So they'll just keep fucking bagging on you.
Damn. That's not good, man.
Well, no, I don't get bagged on.
Okay, I was going to say.
When
they
you
tried.
Start for sure, right?
They tried bagging on me. I was like, yo, you ain't fucking talking to me like that. He's like, what? I was like, I ain't getting treated like that. He was like, all right, I respect it.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Good. I'm glad you said so.
I was like, yeah, fuck you.
Yeah. No.
But now we're like best friends. So I'm like, that worked.
Wow.
Yeah. Closest I got was the dealership. That was a little.
You worked at a car dealership?
Sales porter. So just cleaning cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was when I was what, 17, 18?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's a thing actually that they a lot of car dealerships actually like try to get younger people to work at them. Like you wouldn't think that growing up. You're like, oh, like when your parents bought a car, it was from an older person or someone their age. But it's like in recent years they found that like hiring young kids as either salesman or working with sales porter it's going to bring people in, even because you're only going to work there 2-3 years max.
Yeah.
You know, maybe not even a full year.
Yeah.
But what's going to happen is your family's going to be like, oh, well, Dylan's got this job at the dealership. We kind of need a new car.
Yeah.
We could wait a couple years, but why don't we just get it now to help our buddy? Like, you know, and so it's extra sales for them. And then they just turn out these new college kids like every couple years. I didn't know that until I went to college and I had like 6 friends working at it. And then I looked into it and that's what it was. It's kind of wild.
If anybody's watching that sells vehicles, kind of want to trade mine in. Hook it up.
Yeah. Well, guys, that's all I have for us today. So unless you guys have anything else you want to let the people of dtalks know or let the world know, this will be, stamped forever, digital footprint. So if there's anything else you want to put out there, now's the time before I wrap it up. Say thanks to our sponsors and stuff. Anything?
I think we're all right.
Good to go?
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you guys being on, man. I really do. It's been great to get to
fun.
know you and get to talk with all you guys again.
Oh, yeah.
So I really appreciate it. I also really appreciate those that tuned in live tonight and those that are going to listen days after over on Spotify or over here on YouTube. Thank you to you guys. Also want to say a quick shout out to our patrons. They should be up on the screen right now. If you guys are interested in getting behind the scenes access to extra podcast episodes, extra footage from our vlogs, a series where I break down how I make, mix, master every single one of my songs, go to patreon.com/Darren Rita and you can help support the channel for as little as $1. Aside from that, I want to thank Kenosha Auto Insurance for sponsoring this episode. This has been the 179th episode of the dtalks podcast. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.